research found the underlying cause for could-be masculinity content culture.
Toxic masculinity, we've sort of heard this phrase popping up. The phrase has gained a lot of attention recently, especially with the Me Too movement.
It's showtime.
I'm no godless Tommy. I fought the Star-Spangled Banner.
You bring the cavalry?
Woman, I am the cavalry.
They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Knock. Stick around.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Masculine Mondays, episode 22. Or is it 21? 22. Yeah, 22. We're talking about The Prestige, one of Christopher Nolan's maybe more favored films here.
Hey, this is the 22nd, and it's on the 22nd.
It's crazy. Did not plan that whatsoever. Technically, it's the 23rd or 21st and a half. Like, took a week off.
The show number because of the birthday.
The show number. Yeah, because I took a birthday stream. I was like, let's just talk about, all of Arnold's masculine films, right? So,
well, hilariously, your thumbnail says 21, but the headline underneath says 22. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on.
I think this actually is the 21st because the previous one's 20, the one before is 19.
I think it's 21st, right? It was a typo. I'll fix that in post. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's right. It's fine.
But
we'll fix that when we do the live stream.
Exactly. We're doing it live. Who cares? It's a small thing we could just fix. But if you're new here, you wonder what the hell these streams are about. Well, there's a video in the description that talks more about why masculinity in cinema is important, and that is a precursor for these streams here. And we talk about different movies on a week-to-week basis and highlight the masculine themes, the archetypes, and just do a deep dive on the characters and why or why not they are masculine, and just have a good conversation with the folks on the panel and in their chat, of course. And I'm joined by such wonderful folks here, the Gory King, Emperor Goodwin, and Isaac 556X45. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Feel good.
I'm great. I feel magical.
Oh my.
Doing very well. Yeah.
It is a
science.
Magical. It's science.
Yes.
There's gonna be a lot of that tonight.
I had a blast rewatching this, dude. It was so fun.
Hey, I know you messaged me about that, and I was like, it has been a while. I think actually the last time I watched this was after I saw Oppenheimer, and yeah, I don't know. I was just in the mood to watch some Nolan films, and that was one of the ones I watched. I think I watched. I wasn't Dunkirk. I think maybe I watched Inception as well.
Dunkirk. Oh.
But anyway, this is one of my more favored Christopher Nolan films.
It might actually be my favorite Nolan movie at this point.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be, but the more I've watched it, the more I appreciate and enjoy it. It's not perfect, but
yeah,
it's very well constructed overall. It's kind of interesting because we often rag on Nolan for, not doing character well and sometimes allowing for a lot of plot holes and whatnot in his story and not improving upon things. It's like, this is actually source material that he actually did better than the actual source material. That's interesting. I didn't know he was actually capable of that. Normally he just does his own stuff.
Yeah.
Would this fall line of fictional history, essentially? Like, not history, but there's real people, testimony.
It's historical fiction. It's just
historical
set in the
fiction.
Past, right? That's
right.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but I think based on the majority of the movie, and I think one of the better things about this movie is the acting. By Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Michael Caine. Even the ladies do a good job, But you know, the minor, you know, the very, very minor characters like the theater owners and whatnot, like they do a good job to just help accentuate certain points of the film. But you know, yeah, it's something that I feel like would be an interesting conversation. And as I was kind of going through it and taking some notes, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's, you know, I was trying to come up with a title about, you know, obviously this film is very much about obsession, but that was sort of the thing I was thinking about was like, well, how does obsession, you know, ruin, or what does the sacrifice of obsession, you know, how does it degrade masculinity? Like what happens to masculinity when, you know, two men, let alone one man, has an issue with obsession? So it's sort of interesting, but I'm looking forward to diving in it with you fellas tonight. But before we really dive into it, we've got to give out a shout to everyone in the chat. Thank you for sticking in there. There was some magical problems that my file somehow deleted when I was trying to save video clips. I'm not even joking, and we're trying to make a pun here. Like literally, like, I had all my video clips ready in a file, and like boom, all the ones that were edited gone. So you know, I don't know who to blame. Maybe it's Leon, maybe it's Nadia, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's someone out there in the ether.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make your clips disappear, then you got to make them reappear. What the heck?
Yeah. Come on.
I got two of them.
StreamYard, you're screwing it up.
I got two of them to reappear, so we'll use them sparingly.
I mean, this could be an indication that it was science and not magic.
Yeah, science happened to them.
We're going to be talking a lot of science tomorrow night. I can tell you that. So that'll be real interesting. But it's the best film and stays in my top 10. That's fair. That is fair. What's up, Bootzilla? Good to see you.
I think this is actually I think this is Mahler's favorite film.
Is it really?
It's
I think so.
Yeah, he definitely loves this movie.
Interesting. Yeah. I should have told him that when I spoke with him on Thursday.
I'm actually with Bootzilla here. I think Memento is better.
Yeah,
Memento's dang good. I watched that recently and I was like, gosh, he really did a good job with Memento.
Yeah. And Bootzilla was also kind enough to gift one Plot Mafia membership. Let's go, baby. And I think he hit Zach's, you know, my fellow shoulder tank top loving brother from up north. I think he was on Leon's tonight, so you might see him pop in later. Who knows? But I think we can all say and justify that it's purely science.
Purely science.
You know, that's just what it is. It's purely science.
I don't know how he got into Alien Earth. But, you know, he was there.
Yeah, he understands it. It's probably something with Nikola Tesla and the transportation of the Tesla coil.
Truth be told, if you want to pull up good clips for this one, they should all be of Joe Bluth for the magic stuff. That would be the best.
Yeah. Waylon, I had a lousy dinner. Thank God for liquids. The brown colored liquids, I'm assuming. But sorry, I had a lousy dinner, Waylon, but always glad to see you here, man. The Wayfarer, what's up? Like the stream nerds, you heard them, man. Give that stream a thumbs up.
Wayfarer's the OG right there.
He is. He absolutely is.
He's way fairer than most.
We got the Big Jake Borden here, which I think, if I saw it correctly,
there was a Spielchuck error. But Jake did also gift some memberships, so that's he's trying to make up for his Spielchuck.
Yeah.
Spielchuck. Oh, that's what you said. I thought you said a Ryan Roger line for a second.
Oh no.
I was getting pretty proud of you there for a second. But
I'm not going full Sammy. Let's not get crazy here.
Yeah, Jake was like, boom, here's 5 Plot Mafia gifted memberships.
Hell yeah.
You did it. You did it. You did it.
You did it all over the place.
Oh my God.
You just whipped them right out, put them on the table.
Pardon me while I whipped this out.
And I think because of that, there's only one appropriate thing to say about Jake. Jake is a man.
Hell yeah.
Man.
He is a man. He's a modelly man. He's a modelly man. Who else
Anyone
we got?
ever play that at a feminist rally ever? That'd be pretty cool.
I would.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably the titties.
Enzo, what's up, dude? Howdy, this movie rules. Easy the best Nolan film. It's Jake's favorite too. I'm glad we've got some people that enjoy this one the most. The lovely Sherry. Hello, peasants and Nick.
I prefer the lovely Sherry over just the regular.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm still working on my my chess game.
Hello, Sherry.
My pet game.
Yeah. Nope.
No, I can't quite do it. Yeah, she's got me beat on this one. There's
you're definitely going to have to be doing
rightfully
more bench presses.
Although I can say, and I hope others can agree, I look less pale today. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird color correction that was happening with the auto exposure on my camera app, and I am not a vampire. That is confirmed.
Only about 10,000 people in a chat noticed and said, "Is this the whitest panelist we ever had?"
I'm the whitest, palest Floridian ever to be on stream. You know, whiter than Leon.
Or Nadia.
Or Nadia for that matter, which is crazy. And I had to prove people wrong. That's not the case. Peepers, what's up, dude? Cherry, what's going on? We're just chilling here. Salty Butterbags, the man who created the intro to the Masculine Monday show here. I'm in country 1 week, 3 riots, a transport strike, airport shut down, Kimmel's back on the air, and Voldemort has tits. Yeah, man, we live in crazy ass times, Salty.
No.
There's a lot.
Voldemort being a woman actually would be kind of funny, though, for real.
Would you spell with the W, but still pronounce it as Voldemort? But, you know.
Like, would it like more German?
Yeah.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
No, because like then you have to mess with the whole Tom Riddle thing. You gotta, because it's an anagram. Remember the I Lord Voldemort, Tom Riddle.
Oh,
Tom Marvolo. It would have to be Tom Marvolo. Marvolo.
Oh, I can't wait for them to figure that out. Because what woman is named Tom? So good.
She's a tomboy. Gotcha.
Don't give them any ideas, Goodwin. Come on. Now.
I can't wait for them to address the trying to hang a black Snape. You know.
Oh no, yeah, they're gonna have a lot of problems. The half-bloods, the mud-bloods. Oh god, it's gonna be a glorious train wreck.
Yeah.
But have you considered the cost? Yes, because Obsession is a young man's game.
Yes.
Yeah, similar movie to this is actually called The Cost, and I do recommend checking it out. It's a good independent film out of Australia.
Chiconos, what's going on? How you doing, man? We hit a couple Helldivers games last night. It was good. Had some freedom and democracy spreading as always. He's a good Scotsman here. Goodwin's not gay. He's straight for the fellas.
Look, just because chicks have dicks, that doesn't mean that I shame you, Melvin. You know, whatever you choose, it's fine.
I hope that was a decent Scottish accent, Melvin. It was a bit on the spot. Dude, it's funny, Gemma. What's up, Gemma? My dude's getting into shape here. Gemma is, and I'm
nice.
I now have to be like a better mentor, and I have to like make sure that I'm in better shape now too. So I'm kind of being put in the spot. I'm like, all right, Gemma, like, you know, I only do so much throughout the week before I get on Mondays, but now I gotta feel like I have to do more before Masculine Monday is here. So all right, it's fine.
Starting to feel his breath on the back of your neck. He's starting to catch up. You're like, the competition's getting fierce now. I better get good.
Nah, I gotta up the weight. All right.
Yep.
I gotta start counting my calories, Gemma. Man, why are you making me do this? I love my pizza. I had a pizza last night. All right.
Yeah, it's called bulking, right?
Yeah, dirty bulking. It's a thing.
Yeah.
If it fits your macros, it's a good anagram that we've used for a long time.
I've been doing it since 2020. It's working for me.
I can tell you exactly where it'll start bulking.
Zax, my shoulder brother. You got hit by a Bootzilla for a gifty. I thought I saw someone else just chilling in the chat here. Unless my eyes deceived me. But
we got a Blair to Blair sighting.
Yes, there we go.
You're a Blair.
Blair, what's up,
Blair,
dude? Now you're a Blair. A Blair. It's the Phobos. What's up, dude? If it's not Scottish, it's crepe. I hope I pronounce it crepe right, like crepe, but like crap. I'm saying crap. Just put a little
crepe
accent on it. It's like It's like Robert Angier says, like, what about the great Danton? He's like, no, it's French. And I'm like, hey, but then he does it anyway. So
He should have just chuckled and said, gay.
that'd been the better approach. Steve Brew, what's up, dude? At least you didn't get hit with the boot harangues axe. Yeah. That would have been interesting. So I sound South African.
Right. You're pretty far from Scotland, I think.
Probably, yeah. My Scottish accent needs some work. I could always just resort to the Sean Connery Scottish accent.
Yeah, yep.
You know, you sound like a South African.
Well, that could be Egyptian via Spain.
No, you're right.
Highlander.
Yeah. Yeah, which we won't see in the new Highlander movie, unfortunately. So it'd been nice if they were like, we're just going to copy Sean Connery's character.
They should have had Dankula as an
cool.
Egyptian Spaniard. That would have been perfect.
You made a solid joke about Borden being twice the man Angier is, and I didn't get the accolades I deserve, so I'm really struggling right now. Oh, was it a prior comment that I missed?
I did see it, and because of your spelling error in a previous statement, I'm not giving you no credit.
Oh.
Spellcheck is the very special way that we spell check.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right, Jake. We all have those moments. Even me, when I'm have a degree in English and I'll misspell something or mispronounce something.
Or get numbers wrong on when,
or get numbers wrong. Yeah, I have this is why I need a secretary, hiring for a women's secretary for the stream.
Executive assistant, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
You need somebody to assist your executiveness.
Yeah, who wants to be my official executive assistant to make sure that I don't misspell things on my streams?
Well, I don't believe Patty's available, but she would be the one that I would try and hire.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. Hi, Molly. How's it going?
Hello, Molly.
Molly want a job?
Molly want a cracker?
Molly want a cracker?
Molly want a cracker? Oh my God, we're terrible. Well, okay, so this is going to be an interesting film to discuss, because there are only like 3 major male characters in this. I guess if you want to include Nikola Tesla and I'm blanking on Andy Serkis's character.
Well, technically you have 4.
Yeah, there's really 4 if you even take those guys out.
Yeah,
because you have Borden, and then you have what's his face, the other one. Which, by the way, is are we worried about giving away the spoiler? I mean, has everyone in the chat seen this movie?
I mean, if you haven't, too bad.
I'll say this much.
Spoilers.
I like as much as I do love this movie. I think that particular plot twist was one of the easiest ones ever to figure out. Like first time I watched this movie, I was laying down on a couch half asleep, and within 10 minutes, I was like, he's got a twin.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, in a way, it's like Michael Caine's he's like, hey, he's a double. He's a double. And I'm like, yeah, it's his twin. Of course it is. Obviously. It's kind of obvious.
No, yeah, like I remember seeing this movie in the theater and I figured it out. I was like, of course it's a twin. Like that's just how it has to be. Like the moment you first see the transporter man with the red bounce ball, I'm like, it has to be a twin. It has to be.
I won't saw a rubber ball.
I feel like that's not supposed to be that big of a catch of
Nadia's dying to an alien. Like, do we need to call 911 or something? Or
she's playing Alien Isolation. Don't worry, it's not the ice version or anything.
Although to be fair, she actually she's in her title. She's playing Alien Isolations. I didn't realize there was more than one, but she's doing it.
It's like one of those people who reads from the book of Revelations.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that book. Yeah.
Oh God. Rio, what's going on, dude? Good to see you here, man. No, but I agree. Like, the plot's very easy to figure out here, especially with, like, the plot twist. But yeah, between Angier, who there's really some interesting connections, and obviously this is all in hindsight, but just how it's played out with Angier, who is playing a showman. And then there's a movie called The Greatest Showman.
The fun isn't whether you can figure out or not the whole thing with the double. It's who is who and when. That's the fun. That's the fun of watching the movie. Is once you kind of know, all right, he's got a double, then you're like, and you start to kind of get the various hints that, like when the wife is saying, no, you don't mean it today and stuff. You're like, okay, so they're going back and forth. So that's kind of the fun. Is like, okay, who is who at what point? That's more the interesting part.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the fact that you've got Alfred, as Michael, Christian Bale's character, right?
Yes.
But you've got Michael Caine, who plays Alfred in the Batman trilogy directed by Christopher Nolan with Christian Bale and Michael Caine. And then there's a part at the end when Cutter, obviously arranges to have his Alfred's daughter back to the surviving twin.
Yeah.
And they do the nod just like they do in the Dark Knight Rises.
He does that also when he's walking out of the theater that Angier's is in.
If you notice too, the musical tone even picks up very similar to that scene in the Dark Knight Rises in the cafe. And 6 years later, when that movie came out, you can tell he used that self-inspiration.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the fact that this comes out years before, even Batman Begins, it's sort of like he kind of, I think, had these
this wasn't year before
ideas.
Are you talking about this movie? This was right after Batman Begins.
Was it after Batman Begins?
This was between. This was between Begins and the Dark.
Begins
this was
and
2 years.
Yeah,
this was like
that's right.
2 years before the Dark Knight.
So when you think of it, I mean, 05 is Begins, and then 06 is this.
Right.
08 is the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
And then, right. So like
Rises.
within that 7
So he
year
had
gap,
this,
Michael
and
Caine
then he did
Bale.
Inception 2 years after the Dark Knight. Then 2012, he did the Dark Knight Rises.
Dude, Nolan had a fantastic decade there. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
He was definitely
right up until the Dark Knight Rises.
Thing. Yeah.
I have a soft spot for that movie.
I mean, I enjoy watching it to a certain extent, but it's a bad movie. I can't call it anything other than a bad movie. It's got a lot of problems with
I enjoy
it,
giggling whenever Bane talks. That's one of my favorite bits.
But
I like the rooftop fight scene when bad guys are
Gemma.
falling, even though they're not hit, and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you can look over it though.
Yeah, but he was on a pretty strong streak. There was interesting also as this came out the same year as The Illusionist, and they almost sort of canceled each other out. Their critical reception was almost identical. This was actually, I'd say, pretty highly underrated when it came out with critics. But they both got a nomination for cinematography. Like they very much canceled each other out with critics, but I guess because this is probably a lot of this had to do with, the fact that Nolan directed this one with fans resonated significantly more and has maintained a really strong reputation and even gotten stronger over the course of the last almost 20 years now.
Yeah. But you're right, Jake. Borden and Fallon were definitely, as far as I think, they were both obviously doing the double. But hey, that's part of the sacrifice, which we'll get to. That's definitely something I have down in my.
I also would be willing to put through the sacrifice to screw Scarlett Johansson every other night. It'd be tough.
I was say like, oh no, it's so bad.
It's like, oh no, I have to pretend to be in love with a hotter, younger, more well-endowed woman.
No, that's terrible. Oh no.
And
I actually wouldn't want to do it personally. I'm Christian and try to be moral. I just wouldn't put myself in that situation to begin with. I would have just chosen her off. I would have chosen her outright from the beginning.
Exactly. I'm not choosing this ugly chick. What the hell with that?
I don't think Rebecca Hall's ugly. It's just comparatively. I mean, come on. This is like, this is a home run versus a single.
In this movie, she looks like she might be a candidate to be an alien Earth. She's not. They do her no favors in this movie.
Yeah. I want to say that. I
kind of agree. This was one of the movies she was.
So was this Yeah, there was this. I can't think of the other film. There was one other
Iron
one
Man
that she
2,
was in.
she is.
Iron Man 2
Iron
is
Man 2 definitely was
Smoke
like.
show.
Come again? What? What are you wearing?
Hello.
Oh,
welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, I too have an Iron
she
Man.
had that other. What was that movie? That was it Match Point? That was the other one. I haven't seen the movie. I've just seen stills from it. And I'm like, yeah, she looks pretty freaking hot in
Maybe
that.
there was something else I'm remembering her of in the same mid 2000s era that was also like highlighted her as obviously a hot symbol, a hot commodity, and it obviously just sort of took off because of Iron Man 2.
I know Lost in Translation was around that time, but I don't think that movie highlighted quite how good looking she was. I mean, it's hard to uglify her, but they didn't like, she wasn't
I mean, they got
as
Sid
dolled up in that
and
movie.
Matt Webb, so I mean,
Exactly. It's like,
and she has a lot more to have to hide,
right?
Yeah.
This was a point I wanted to make too. Did you guys notice the whole cast in this movie have aged very well? I mean, this movie came out 20 years ago. All the main actors in this, you look in 20 years later now, they've aged well compared
David Bowie
to a lot of
hasn't,
the actors coming up now. They're getting their faces destroyed. And,
David Bowie didn't age well.
Oh,
he's kind of dead,
well,
yeah,
yes, this is true. No,
that's right. The Island had a pretty stellar cast.
Well, that was out. She was in she's in the Black Dahlia. She was in the Spirit, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, stuff like that. Which I think that's also her and Rebecca Hall.
I think so, yeah. But I think between the characters, like Borden is a bit of a purist. Cutter is obviously trying to be the mentor, mainly to Angier, because
Angier's the showman. Cutter is the natural magician.
Yeah.
He's the one who's obsessed with the art. Angier is, Angier obviously is good at the art, but he's a much more charismatic showman. That's
Borden is like the technical magician guy. I mean, he's obsessed with the tricks themselves and figuring them out and all that. He's just shit at actually, performing them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were a team, that would have been fantastic if they worked together,
Kind of one of the fun things about the movie is that they actually could have worked together really well if they could put all the stuff aside.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's not what we call aging well.
And then we're just gonna say Nikola Tesla was the wizard because that's what they refer to him in. He's a wizard.
The size of a tangerine.
I mean, he kind of was,
No, for sure.
He was also a bit shit at a lot of things too. He's a bit of a crackpot who did some good work when he was young, and then definitely ran off the reservation and stayed there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think the first, like the way the movie introduces itself, as Michael Caine is discussing and telling everyone the essence of magic, right, between the pledge, the turn, and the prestige, as he's showing his daughter, Borden's daughter, the bird in the cage illusion. But I think the even though it's a short scene, but to me it's definitely a metaphor for I think the discipline and the structure of not only for like the magic, but for I guess maybe the masculinity in this. I think for the twins, or not so the twins, but between the rivals between Angier and Borden, this is a lesson that they have to subvert as their obsession pushes both of them to like twist their lives to beat and to show and to prove like their superiority.
Well, the bird obviously it's also very much a metaphor for the sacrifice of the best tricks. I mean, obviously the bird in the cage thing is not a great trick in and of itself, but even that trick requires often that a bird get killed. And ultimately, of course, this is what happens with these two men. Both of them have to sacrifice a piece of someone they love or people they love in order to do the best tricks. So
yeah, because I the way I looked at it too is because one bird lives and one bird has to die for this sort of trick to work. It's the same thing that happens later on once Angier has or Lord Cudlow, as it is, as he's figured out the last trick that Danton's going to do by having himself die in the tank in order for the next one who receives the applause, the cheers, who survives the prestige, right? It's like the bird that flaps its wings and that everyone sees come out from beneath the cloth. That's the one that is Angier in the end. But so just some interesting metaphors. Again, I don't know that's what Nolan had in mind, but that's just kind of what I saw. But
I mean, I wish the bird in the cage would have died in Romulus. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that's true. But I think in this aspect for Cutter, he's definitely leading with the wisdom of a mentor, right?
Well, Cutter understands like the not just the technical side, but the showmanship and why it works with the audience, right? That the audience wants to not, they intentionally fool themselves if you give them half a chance because they want to believe in something that there's more than just the hard earth and that everything is solid, that the magic exists in some way, right? That idea of glamour and mystery, and so that's why they exist, and it's nice that he brings it up a few times in the movie, and nobody's hearing what he's saying, right? That they're just about the applause and all that, and well, one is about the technical mastery, one is about the applause, and neither of them really understand why magic works and it exists, even though he's told them.
Yeah.
Jamma, that's David Bowie.
He might have written a song or two.
Yeah, hey, one or two. He's all right.
Yeah. They might have made a movie about him, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
But we won't talk about that. I think with this opening to the trial, obviously kind of talks about Borden's masculinity, I think, is also on display here publicly. Obviously this is Angier's death is what we see and what's being led, and it's sort of a non-linear fashion of the accusation of Borden being the one that has sabotaged Angier's trick, and Cutter here is trying to prove that Borden is guilty, but also just trying to say like, hey, I can't really show you the truth because I control the sales for this, so I'm not going to just reveal the secrets to the public, but I will talk to the judge on the side, and obviously we see him talk about the box and secrecy, but I think Borden is forced here to defend his honor and masculinity through a skeptical jury, which basically finds him guilty and later on says, well, you will be hanged and until you're dead. But I feel like this whole sequence here frames Borden's masculinity again as being judged publicly, where his reputation now and perception weigh heavily as the truth can weigh, because of Borden's previous public display of being the professor and having competition with Angier. It doesn't really bode well for him because of that competition, and it's just something that only the public might know a little bit about. Obviously, they have no knowledge about the obsession that these two had to deal with, or that they threw at each other. But I think the masculinity here too is being framed as competitive, which happens. because they both, again, they try to prove who is the superior magician, who's the superior showman. And as we said, well, one is a superior magician, while the other one is a superior showman, which is why they would have been fantastic together if they didn't have an ego. If they could have just set their ego aside, and I think they still could have both been masculine together as, you know, one of the best magical duos. You know, especially in this sort of time era, like no one else would have been teaming up with each other, so they probably could have made more, sold out more. But again, like that's where this obsession comes into play, and the disagreements, and you know, they wanted different things at the time, and obviously that's sort of what causes all this to spiral out of control here between the knot, you know, listening to what Cutter is saying, and you know, him and Alfred thinking he knows what's best, you know, for Angier's wife. But you know, there could have been a couple interesting things that if they've never happened, we probably wouldn't have been in this spot. Like if he just never had met Sarah, and lived that sort of dual life, you know. But also just tell, hey, I've got a twin, so you know, just keep that a secret and we'll be fine. But you know, can't even do that. So
we definitely can't do that from his perspective. I mean, he's part of the reason he's so good at what he does, Borden, is because he understands the idea of like committing yourself to the trick. Like I do really love the scene where like they're going to the Chinese guys his magic show, and Borden spots, he goes, no, the trick is it's outside the show. It's like it's like this is all performative. And he spots it because he's kind of already started to live his life this way. So yeah, it's like he's always completely committed. Now, the kind of the fun thing to realize here when you're watching this particular part now is this isn't Borden who's on the stand. This is his brother.
Yep.
I don't even know if we actually know his name. Like we know the character that they both play, but I don't know if we ever genuinely. It's like I don't know if that's actually his name. So
well, the bigger question is which one's actually Borden?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Borden is that guy right there. I'm pretty sure he is the one that survives ultimately. But because I mean, we know that this is his actual daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, we know that. What we don't know is who's the actual magician in the.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I guess they're both magicians. I mean, he says they take turns doing what they do. So
right. That's the thing is which one.
Who's the original though? Is the question. Yeah. Who's the original?
Because there's that one scene too that makes you question.
Remember the one that's on trial right now was the one that was obsessed with finding the answer.
Yeah.
To the trick.
Yeah. He's the one who was like, he teleports 50 feet in an instant. Like, you know, like think you're better than you're better than him. Like, you know, why can't you figure it out? He's like yelling at, like, you know, like as if, you know, the person he's yelling at, I think who's looking like Fallon at the time, is the smarter magician. So he's smarter than his own twin at that point too. But
yeah, his twin's the more obsessed one, but he's the smart. It's like I guess we can just call him Fallon. It's like Fallon's is more obsessed, but Borden is more intelligent.
Well, again, which Fallon, because they swap. But I mean, in the actually, I'm swap personalities when they're having like the argument about the trying to figure it out, and so you have the one whose wife hanged herself, and he has a daughter. He's like, okay, we're done. Right. This is all right. Let's move on. Right. And the other one can't let go of it. Mm-hmm. So which one was actually the driven, obsessive, professor? And
I mean, generally when I watch it, I refer to the father / husband to Rebecca Hall's character. I refer to that one specifically as Borden, the one who loves her. And the other, I was like, okay, I'll consider him Fallon. But it's like, yeah, we don't actually know which one is really which at the end of the day.
Right.
Or, I mean, because in all honesty, that's neither one of them are probably actually named that.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. Again, this is Nolan's shtick is must do things out of order because I'm a clever boy, but he's not many of the times. and there are other tricks that they pull that the use of language is like intentionally artificial, not so much because the two of them would treat it that way, but because the audience is paying attention and Nolan thinks he has a secret that he's keeping from the audience, even though my wife, who is pretty bad at figuring out turns in movies or whatever, I think about halfway through was like, yeah, he obviously has a twin, but I'm more mad that he's cheating on his wife with it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, is he? They're getting more the metaphysical about them.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wish we didn't get it in like
I guess I would have to see it in order to know. I'd have to see it in order to know which one's more effective, I guess. I don't know if it's actually necessary for this to be out of order. I mean, because I know, pretty sure you can watch Memento in the correct order.
You can,
yeah. I'd be interested to watch this that way.
Yeah, the twin who married Sarah was more kind, because like it's like, even when they're fighting, right?
Right, but the thing is that you don't know half the time who is actually doing the magic.
The magic, right?
And or who tied the knot. That's one of the bullshit bugaboos. There was the I don't remember, and it was like, is that because you weren't the one that tied it or not?
Or did you actually?
To my understanding, the one who is ultimately getting hanged is the one who tied the knot. And because that was to me, that is like one of the biggest problems is like, okay, why doesn't it's like, even if one of them wouldn't know for at least a period of time, what knot was tied, the other one knows what knot he tied.
Right.
And the way that it was explained away when I searched for it was, it's a repressed memory out of guilt. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty freaking convenient.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking convenient.
There's some of Nolan's writing I've come to expect right there.
But wasn't
and the thing is, it doesn't seem all that necessary to even have that kind of dialogue. It's like, it would make more sense. I mean, because to me, it's like the only reason they're having him say that is as a form of like throwing the audience off to a degree, is like to make it kind of like seemingly consistent with the person being two people. And I'm like, why don't you just have him take responsibility? This is not something you need to harp on. It's kind of annoying.
That's always kind of the problem with Nolan is he wants to have his big reveal in the truck or whatever, and too many times he'll either take shortcuts or cheat a bit to get there. And it's like, dude, come on, you could have earned it. You're good enough to, but you were just in such a hurry. You went this way, or you think you're being too clever, and you're not.
Well, that's
you could have, like, to me, it's like you could have done that with
being motivated to the obsession, the unhealthy obsession, where you're willing to cheat and cut to get there. It's not a good work ethic. It's a unhealthy obsession at that point.
Like, to me, you could have done what Nolan was trying to do with that particular dialogue of the I don't know, I truly don't know, which it's like, say, okay, you have the whole aftermath right after the wife is dead, and then you have a scene where he's encountering the other one we just don't know at the time, and he says, "What knot did you tie?" And he says, "I don't know." That they could have done that once and only once, and I think that would have been fine. It's the fact that they harp on it several times. It's like, okay, the whole repressed memory thing is bullcrap. Come on, that's really cheap.
Yeah.
And and I don't even think it's that. I don't even really think it's that necessary if you're wanting to keep the secret. It's like, even if at like the very next time they talk about it, if he just takes accountability, it's like, yeah, I tied the wrong knot. You're not giving anything away at that point.
Well, so you are, though, because then you start to have a problem with Angier's being motivated to shoot him and all of this stuff. So again, this is the I have to do this vague bullshit because I have three things that pivot off of it. And it was like, then don't do the vague bullshit, or the cheat. Do it the right way. But I'm not sure. Either he couldn't think of a way to do it, or he's just like, nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think if we'd only gotten it once, it would have been fine. But
even then, it's a bit sus because it's not like the question is happening in the moment or immediately after, where they would have had a chance to swap. It's a day or two because it's her fucking funeral. He would have had time to inquire of his brother. All right, what the fuck did you do? Which knot did you tie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's one of the things that I think could have been removed from the movie or just lessened. But
well, you have to have some way for Angiers to hold him responsible, and because of his carelessness, that's the reason that he blames him, and not that it was, well, shit happens, right? That we just had a problem.
Yeah. I did have a clip for the fishbowl part, but since that clip has naturally disappeared, we'll still talk about it. I'll just take this down and put our lovely faces on here. So I think the idea, and this is a good segue, Gord, but I think the idea of, the elderly Asian magician who obviously appears frail in public, but then somehow physically maintains this, strength that, even someone as Angier can't do. He's like, you guys must be strong as an ox, whatever he says. The goldfish bow trick, as I think
Michael
Cutter says,
the
goldfish bow trick,
the size of a tangerine. Got it right between his legs.
But yeah, like the magician's entire life is dedicated to sustaining that illusion, even outside the stage. And that's, he's like, all this, that's the sacrifice. That's the magic trick.
Right. And it is the reason that Borden notices it, that he
and then he
sees it and realizes it, and then tells Angiers. Angiers doesn't really believe him, but then the more he thinks about it, he's like, oh yeah, that really is the only way it could work.
And it's interesting because that's what Borden and Fallon do. Like they live the magic outside of being on stage, whereas Angier is just Angier the entire time on stage and off stage. Except when Root comes into play.
I do love that Michael Caine can get away with saying Chinaman and nobody minds.
Chinaman.
It's a Chinaman. And I'm like, he said what people call a slur now. That's great.
It's China.
Let me just say, if that's a slur, they would not like what my grandfather referred to it.
No.
I didn't know that was a slur.
I mean, yeah, it's so stupid. That's a slur.
Everything is. But when Michael Caine says it, it's elegant. So.
Yeah, well, it doesn't quite sound the same at that point, too. So you're like, well, is he really? Is he saying China man? But
yeah, I mean, they say it in
Chinaman.
Chinaman, which
they say it in Red Dawn, so it's fine. Powers Booth says it. Powers Booth can say it, then I can say it. Fuck off.
China. It's
so who is on our side? 600 million screaming Chinaman. I thought there's a billion. There were.
Blue says, great 45 minutes late. Listen to the Pumpkin on 2x speed is a mind trip. I'm sure it is, Blue, but glad you're listening. Hope you're driving safe, my dude. The little girl's like, Mommy, the fat guy farted. And we have a wild Nadia spotting here. Hope you didn't get spooked too bad, Nadia, in your isolations.
Yes.
The best Nolan film, hands down.
The only one she's seen.
Actually, Nadia, how many Nolan films have you seen? It's okay if you haven't seen all of them, but can you tell me which ones you have seen? I'm just curious.
No, Jake, the quote is, no, Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature. That's the line.
Yeah.
The vernacular is a good word, too. It's just, I know the quote you're going for.
Really cromulent word.
The old Asian dude pulled the Yoda trick, walk around with a cane all day, but secretly an acrobat.
Yeah.
But watch my mad saber skills, dudes.
Yeah, there was actually a mafiosa that did that. He faked that he was feeble and crazy for years. Used to show up at the, around the cafe that they did business out of, just wearing his pajamas and wandering around, and they would have guys lead him around and all that.
He's man named Chung Ling Soo, and he's based on a real historical figure, William Ellsworth Robinson, who was a white American magician who disguised himself as a Chinese. Ah, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, he does reference in the latter half of the movie that they've only seen these types of things in the Orient, and stuff. And,
yeah.
Plus the guy at the beginning that they're assisting, he's an actual magician. He's also in Mystery Men, and he has a line where he says, "I'm a publicist, not a magician."
It's also in Deadwood.
Yep, he is in Deadwood.
Yep.
I think he also was in maybe an episode of the X-Files where he played.
Yeah,
Little Salty.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Get some rest, my dude. Hope you have a good day. That's an early call, man. 4 a.m.
Which, by the way, his exchange in Mystery Men with Captain Amazing is really funny.
We got a super chat from Jam of the Surf Riding Llama here. What happened to Angier? Science.
Science happened to his wife, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or was that physics?
Freaking line.
That's science. That's a science. Well, it could have been geology or biology. I haven't studied my social studies, so I'm not sure.
That's true, and it's interesting because of the line that Cutter tells Lord Cudlow at the end about the sailor.
I once told you about a sailor who described drowning to me.
Yes, he said it was like going home.
I was lying. He said it was agony.
It's agony, and
it's purely science.
So
science.
I seriously thought I once told you about a sailor.
I once told you about a sailor who swore a tangerine. He had scurvy.
It's the same line delivery from The Dark Knight when he tells him.
It is.
It's identical.
I mean, it's great. I literally
thought I was watching that scene. It was identical.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Exactly. I was waiting.
They just want to watch themselves drown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just fire and water.
Look, I don't kink shame. Whatever floats your boat, you go right ahead. Or sink your twin.
A kink is a weird way to looking at Angier's whole thing. It's like he's got this kind of David Carradine like thing, but he just likes to drown himself over and over.
I love the total metaphysical confusion that Angier's has about I'll 50% of the time I'll end up the guy who was like, no, honey, no, you always end up in the fishbowl. It's the next guy that always makes it.
I probably shouldn't have made the David Carradine joke because of Rebecca Hall later in the movie.
Tenet's that. Now that's something I have not.
Yeah, Tenet's not. Good.
I've only seen it once.
I watched the first.
I've seen it like 3 times. It's
and I was kind of drunk.
Wait, you listen
it has
to
a
it?
cool looking.
Don't listen to it.
And a cool soundtrack, but its story is freaking nonsense.
Yeah, I can't criticize the dialogue. You can't hear it half the time.
That's true.
Honestly, I would need to watch it again to even like truly criticize it, or
I'd have to turn on subtitles.
You kind of,
say something about it, but
you can't really think Tenet at all, or it falls apart. So here's the thing: it has cool enough sequences and is framed nicely, so I can understand enjoying it like superficially. I get that. I've enjoyed it superficially. It's just the moment you mentally engage with it, you're like, this is really retarded.
Tenet backwards is Tenet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's like Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat.
I can't hear Tenet without thinking
Race
of the
car
IT
too,
crowd
yeah.
Tenetinba.
Race car, yeah.
Hello, that's a nice Tenetinba.
Interstellar, you should watch Neither Way.
Yeah, Interstellar's bad.
I like it. I mean, it's a turn your brain off
I
movie.
get liking it. It's
like the
very
spectacle
pretty,
of it,
beautiful,
compelling
soundtrack.
acting, and
Great
everything.
soundtrack.
Too.
It's
Oh,
just,
Noli, what's up, dude?
It's true. It's true.
The Prestige is so underrated, just like Bourne and Goodwin's relationship.
Cannoli and I actually have twins, and they're also in a relationship with each other.
oh my gosh.
That would be sad if that weren't the case. Good to see you, Noli. Hope you're doing well. Hope the missus is also doing well.
That's way too much tall.
There's too much tallness going around.
We're trying to corner the market.
That's way bigger than a tangerine.
Yeah.
Women just out here throwing blows.
It is dog shit. I can't stand that movie.
I like it.
It's Kentucky Fried Horse shit.
You know what I might do for like a members only watch party or watch stream. Maybe we'll go through some other Nolan films like Tenet, and we'll just have a good time.
Do it.
You know,
That'd be cool.
can't bring myself to watch Taco
I
Cat.
still need.
That blonde chick in Tenet is really freaking tall.
I still need to see Oppenheimer. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't.
Oppenheimer's really good. I mean, I love Oppenheimer.
I really do. I saw Oppenheimer in was it the 70 millimeter IMAX? That was phenomenal. I have to say, as a movie experience,
very much enjoy it.
Very, very good. I think I only saw it twice in theaters though, but both times were in the 70 millimeter IMAX, and then just like regular IMAX that you kind of get the run of the mill of. But
I only saw it once in theaters. But I've subsequently watched it probably about 4 more times, and I'm like, yeah, I actually really appreciate this movie.
Yeah, you're not gonna be happy with my views on Dunkirk either.
Dunkirk
is also an example of Nolan
would have been a really
good
war movie if it was actually given
really
character and storytelling. It's
if it was populated. He was oh, I'm just going to do all this live action. It was like, well, then you're going to need a few 100,000 people on that fucking beach. You need to stop filming in the city that exists because it didn't at that time. It was busy getting totally destrored.
I need 4,000 of you to each play 1,000 people at once, because there's nowhere those sequences are. Oh, there's like 400,000 people in the speech. It's like it's maybe 4,000.
There's 4,000, and that's generous. I'm assuming there's a lot of them off camera right now.
Yeah, I mean there are sequences in Dunkirk which look pretty amazing, but it's just like that. There's a lot of problems with that movie, and there's no character. Like it's a complete disconnect.
There is no character.
There's no character whatsoever in that movie.
There isn't. I enjoy the movie for what it is, but you're right. There's no character driving at all.
It is. I mean, it's the least rewatchable Nolan movie. I think it is. It's the least rewatchable movie he's done. I'll tell you, I think a lot of people sleep on his first movie, Following. Following's a solid movie. I actually like Following. I mean, it's a shoestring budget movie. It's made for like, I think $7,000 or something like that. No, I might be thinking of El Mariachi there, but it is a cheap movie. But
no, that's like Aronofsky's Pie.
Yeah. I mean, it is still. I mean, Following is very much a cheap movie with very few. Like, there's no like well-known people in it. He has rehired a couple of those other people to play like side characters and stuff. But it is worth checking out. But and I think Insomnia gets slept on a lot too. Haha. But I think Insomnia is like way freaking better than something like Dunkirk, and yet Dunkirk's more popular for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more popular because of like Tom Hardy or something like that, or maybe just the year it came out, and then it just had a lot of highlights, or it was highlighted a lot at that point in time. Right? Yeah. So
it had a very good. I remember it was very well advertised too.
Yes.
And they pushed it very hard, and it got a lot of hype before it even came out. So
a lot of marketing, I remember, for that movie.
Yes.
So, which I think I watched that like right before I think Oppenheimer came out. Just was like, oh, getting a little Nolan mood, and but same thing. Just I think part of the movie. Again, I enjoy it, and it's totally fine if anyone likes it. Like I said, just I think there's the movie definitely has problems. And it's success because of black holes. Right? Yeah.
No, it's because love somehow overcomes physics. Fuck off.
What is love?
Baby,
overcome
it's
physics.
Science.
What is love? It's science. To me, Inception is my favorite movie by Nolan. Yeah, Memento definitely. It's been a while since I've seen a Memento, so I should probably get on that at some point.
Memento's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That show was awful. Prestige, Memento, Dark Knight.
I remember the unenthusiastic lesbian trying to have heterosexual sex scene in Insomnia, but
that's fair, Boodzilla.
Maybe I missed it.
I agree with
that's
that.
Fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
something wrong with liking Dunkirk. That's like there's always something wrong with liking movies that are like really like. There's something wrong with liking cuties. There's something wrong with liking
objectively
Rings of Power. It's like there's nothing wrong with liking
Alien
Dunkirk. Yeah, Alien Earth. There's something wrong with you if you like that. It's like there's nothing wrong with liking Dunkirk. That's fine. That's an emotional reaction. That's fine.
Yeah. Same thing if you like Romulus. Same thing applies. But
I think it's okay to say too, like acknowledge the movie has flaws, and you can still like it.
Yeah, it's just the difference between your emotional response and your objective assessment. It's just they're two different things. And
very true.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good night, eh?
Cannoli, you're not going to like where the strawberries end up if you try and make me watch Interstellar.
Oh my gosh.
Following was a good season. I liked that.
No,
Vex, we don't. Stop it.
Vex.
I think I watched a few episodes of the following and was like, this has all the smell of Mystery Box. Fuck this, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
No, Romulus is not my trigger word. It used to be Prometheus, but Alien Earth is actually worse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the good news is I don't think it's wasting nearly as many people's hard work and effort in this, because this is, for all the praises, because oh my god, the sets and whatever, it's like, fuck off. Anybody can rip off an existing IP, because that's what they're doing. Is here, let's just do the Nostromo all over again. Get the fuck out of here.
Vex, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if anyone saw, but I did add some emojis, and I did add one specifically for tomorrow night.
Anus face?
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think Vex would show up if I put that as emoji.
I don't know. That would be kind of a funny emoji for real, though.
Is our Lord and Savior there?
Yes.
Tentacles.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
True Pop was actually asking me. He was asking about Alien Earth, and he was like, "Is it as bad as is it as bad as Romulus?" And I was like, "Oh, it's way worse, dude. It's way worse."
That was the best Tentacles emoji I could find, which I thought was fitting.
It really
actually
is.
Pretty good.
It is the worst of the Alien franchise by far.
Yeah,
I say this again. I hate Prometheus with the fire of 1,000 suns.
And Prometheus and Covenant, I thought it can't get worse than this, can it? Yeah, it can.
Oh yeah,
it can.
I don't know if he'll. Has he said that this is his last film?
No, he's
no. It's just...
no. He's still going, I think. Yeah.
I mean, just like in general, like later on, if he does like 2 or 3.
Wait, isn't he doing the Odyssey?
Yeah,
but I don't think the Odyssey is going to be his last one. But
no, I think he's just asking us to consider.
That is every indication seems to get. I think Nolan outstayed his welcome and/or became a one-trick pony, and it became predictable. I think he's very much like M. Night Shyamalan. Once you realize what his shtick is, it's like, why?
Like, I think Nolan will have some more good movies, but I think he'll probably have a career where he has like several bad ones in a row, probably to end it. That's my guess.
I mean, he's already had several bad
I'm just saying,
ones.
like, just the trajectory I'm guessing is he's going to end his career probably with a string of like movies where you're just like, come on, hang it up.
I don't think he'll make it to the point where he has the ability to go like retroactively destroy his properties, like Cameron or Ridley or.
That is one thing I'll give him some credit on, is other than I guess like the Dark Knight movies, he didn't bother with sequels. I'm like, thank you for not, like, because Inception's the kind of movie you could be like seeing us. I'm willing to bet, be like, hey, do a sequel to Inception. He's like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Inception 2, Dream Harder.
I could definitely see him potentially taking like a 5 or 10 year break, and then possibly coming back and like reinventing himself and trying something outside of his comfort zone, and it's either going to work or fail horribly, like something like that possibly, or he could just keep with the status quo. Either or.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So let's talk about poor Julia. Oh, poor Julia. Angier's wife that he likes to kiss on her leg, and that Borden or Fallon like tying the wrong knot, because one of them thinks that they know better over Cutter, which was very interesting. But I think in terms of everything that leads up to it, I mean, you can tell that she's going to die. I think that was telegraphed in the movie, and I don't think it makes it any less impactful. But as they discuss, like, this is sort of where you see a little bit of the rivalry begin, but also like what sort of tragedy is building, and that we wonder how it's all going to sort of add up together, because where she finally bites the bullet here is because we don't know which one of them remembered tying the knot. So in terms of how the masculinity fits in here, I think the masculinity is revealed through Angier's grief and responsibility, it being his wife, as Angier tries to hold himself and Borden accountable for Julia Sith. And obviously he keeps asking the entire time, "You don't know? What do you mean you don't know?" But I think this is also where it's a little bit of a vengeance, ironically, which is not to tie Batman and all that kind of crap into it. But I think Angier redirects his sorrow into the need for retribution for his wife's death. And obviously, again, he blames Borden the entire time. But
one thing we know about Angier over the course of the movie is that it's not merely wanting to get justice for his wife. There's a part of him that can't stand the idea of him having something that he should have. So there's the one aspect of it where it's like, you're not going to be a magician. It's like, you're not getting this. It's like, no, you can't do this anymore. So he shoots him. He means to kill him. He ends up shooting his hand. And then when he ultimately sees him, with a wife and a family, he's like, whoa, this is something I was supposed to have. And that drives him to go even further. So there's the competitive element to it that's also present at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the tragedy demonstrates how, as you're saying, Gord, it can build resilience based on what he sees, or again, like this kind of what happens is he falls into this huge collapse of obsession, seeing how his life plays out, seeing the things that he was robbed of, the things that he should have had, and Angier allows his pain to consume him, and I think that proves maybe a little bit of some poisonous masculinity here, as it's defined in his vengeance, instead of finding a proper way or a different way to grieve and to heal. That's not in any part of Angier's mind or heart, especially when he obviously keeps doing these sorts of things by replaying that image in his mind, and obviously it's just building the grief. Even this scene here when Borden comes to the funeral, even Cutter's like, "What are you doing here, Borden?" And then I mean you could see it in Angier's face, obviously with Hugh Jackman's acting, for being angry, and you can just kind of tell that like he wants to get vengeance, he wants retribution for his wife's death. And I don't blame him for this.
But there's another aspect that we kind of overlook because it doesn't get mentioned much. But Angier's is a gentleman. He comes from money.
Yes.
And so the I've been wronged is
5X.
an honor thing as well. And especially by someone who's so clearly lowborn as Borden is. And so when this man has something that he feels wronged by this peasant, and that enrages all of his personality. But the fact that well, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck answer is that, right? And again, this is Nolan doing Nolan shit. I need to have conflict, and I don't have any other way to make it work, so I'm just gonna do this shit. Also, it gets to reference something else which doesn't really make sense if it's actually what it's referencing. But the idea behind it, I mean, his kind of, it's why he's not dedicated to the craft like Borden is. It's why he doesn't understand the the dedication that you have to have to make this work, and Borden does, but there's an envy that always exists there, but also a bit of entitlement,
which is definitely not a masculine attitude to have.
No,
whatsoever.
I do think one of the things I do really appreciate about this movie is the fact that you take a character like Angier, who is very much sympathetic at this particular point in the movie. It's like, his wife just got killed. That obviously, the audience is very much on his side at the moment. And then they take him, and over the course of the movie, you're like, I don't like this guy very much anymore. It's like he lets that really rot his soul and turn him into a pretty messed up person.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I absolutely praise about the writing is that you see the descent of a good and what many would see right now as a just person, who's he is correctly angered and outraged because he feels wronged. This guy was, he's unreliable. He's messing around with the knots. He can't even remember which one he did, and it ended up killing his wife. That kind of carelessness, he's absolutely in the right at this point, and then you see it over time just whittle away until he becomes the monster at the end.
Yeah. We got a little super chat from Hosty, just to manifest this image in Goodwin's mind again. Prometheus 2, written by Richard Dawkins, directed by Damon Lindelof.
I think Damon Lindelof directing would damn sight better than Damon Lindelof writing.
I think what we need to be asking is...
I want Richard Dawkins to write my biography, The Gord Delusion.
There we go.
We need to ask one question. Have you considered the cost?
Have you considered the cost?
Because
it's what we want you to do before every super chat.
No. We don't want you to consider anything about cost.
No, don't consider it at all.
No.
Without thinking.
Yeah. No, I thank you for that.
No object.
It's more so. Have the people making these movies? Have you considered the cost? Because
no, they have not.
Because they have not. If they keep wasting money like that, then we won't see your movies.
I'm good with that. I wasn't going to see them anyway.
Yeah, or we might see them by other means.
Yeah. We'll see other people's movies,
and then we'll critique you. Elite Finger King, what's going on, dude? And I've been called Bilbo Baggins. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Bilbo Baggins.
It is Hobbit Day today, though. It's Hobbit Day.
If they're referring to like the movie The Hobbit, that's not good.
Nasty little hobbits as they are. Wicked, tricksy farce. They're not master.
I think you're making that Gollum voice a bit habitual.
Oh my god.
There we go. But yeah, I think obviously I think this scene was very well done between Hugh Jackman's emotion here. But I think Angier is obviously it's his funeral or his wife's funeral, so he's very consumed by the loss. And I think even though Borden wants to pay his respects, because obviously I think that's the right thing to do, even though he's the one at fault, or one of him is the one at fault, as we know. But it's like it wasn't the right time, maybe. But I think it just him showing face only deepened Angier's obsession a little bit. Kind of just maybe fueled the fire a little bit more.
And the problem is he doesn't really show contrition. It's more the I don't know kind of shit. It's like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, now you sound like you're dodging responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Which, to be fair, he may be because he's not actually responsible, except he is, because he's got this thing with his brother. So stop it. right?
Yeah.
This is let's flop this around
Yeah, and what that leads to is Angier basically wanting to scope out what the professor is doing. And as we know, ScarJo is already there helping Angier out. But Angier wants to go out for himself with his nice little...
No, didn't he shoot him first?
Who?
Angier shoots.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like he's going to the part where he's like, I'm going to do a bullet catch.
Right.
Because he's obviously not really impressing anyone with some iron chains or iron circles here, but
the rings.
The iron rings, but it's what he wanted. Well, his wife warned him to not do. But even though he says, again, it's sort of just telegraphed. Like, I wish that was something that I wish wasn't part of the movie.
Well, Cutter says it. Cutter's the one that's the reason
he initially says it. Yeah,
we don't do the bullet catch, and then she explains it to her.
Sure enough. What if his finger slipped here? Like, it's not.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's finger slipped on a trigger in a theater.
I mean, the good news is it's an empty gun, so it just would have went click.
Oh, that's right. He loads the bullet here. Mm-hmm. And then doesn't recognize it's Angier, but nice little slick move. Well, he still has his wedding ring on as well. And then boom, just.
This is one of my annoyances with the movie is how many times the two of them end up on stage with the other when, like, how do you know you're going to get picked?
It's a plot needs to happen sort of thing.
Especially with all the shills that you keep in the audience now. Clearly, he can't afford shill.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I can't imagine a way in which to do it, but you probably like if maybe you are watching the show and you know more or less where the person's going to sit, and you just kind of put yourself in their spot or dress up as them or something.
Yeah, or you understand like the kind of people that you want to pick in the audience.
Yeah, it's like I feel like you need to maybe show a little bit of the methodology of getting picked because otherwise it's because they do this about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times where it's like, yeah, we need to actually show how they're pulling this off.
Yeah, well, the other thing is we're always going to have Christian Bale and Angier tie up the woman. It was like, does nobody come back to see this show again and go, hey, wait a minute, these are the same motherfuckers that are hold up.
Yeah,
those are supposed to be volunteers. And
what's happening?
So you wouldn't always bring up the same 2. You would rotate.
When does dedication turn into obsession? Seriously. I think in general, or just
when it forces you to do something wrong.
The movie, this is when it's gone too far at this point.
I think it's when your other priorities get set aside entirely. That this is the only priority you have.
Yeah,
and you see it, with both of them, to the point that they both lose the women that they love, as far as Bale's characters are concerned. Angier is just, he also sends away ScarJo.
Also, when he flat out tells her, I don't care about my wife, which granted, it's probably my least favorite line in the movie because it's way too overt.
Yeah.
It's very overt. It's like you can deliver that line and not make it so on the nose. Or at least you will write the line and not have it. I don't blame Hugh Jackman for the delivery. It's like, it's very on the nose
line. It's the writing you're stuck with.
Yeah.
It's definitely the line.
Like I think you could have achieved that a lot better with just a little bit of tweaking. But that's like the harshest turn there. It's like, oh, this is no longer about the wife.
She could have said, "What about your wife?" And he could have said, "I don't care," or something like that. But the way he just blurted that out was,
"I don't care about my wife," and it's like, okay,
nobody would say that, even in your most obsessed state.
Well,
no, for sure.
Absolutely, you could. I mean, if you're so obsessed that that it's
of course
just everything
but
goes
in the
to
state
the side.
he was in to maintain social whatever with her at that time.
Right. It's just again,
it did not come across naturally in that setting.
Right. It's more of Nolan's signature clunky lines that he'll drop a few that clang hard when you watch a movie.
And it certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like at this point, he could have just. And I think I don't know if ScarJo, I can't think of her name.
I can't remember.
If she would have just and could have gone to Cutter at that point, I don't know if Cutter would have been able to talk Angier down or away from the
Olivia. That was her name.
Olivia, yes. So I don't know if Olivia could have done anything to stop. So like he was already hell bent on fulfilling this obsession, and obviously he's here holding the gun. And if it wasn't for the twin to stop, again, we don't know who's doing the magic trick right here. Could be Borden or Fulton. So like, but either way, like he would have killed one of them right here on the spot if the other one didn't interfere. Obviously, he only shoots his thing. That was just going straight for his chest, which is where Angier gets shot at the end, ironically. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's a interesting part because I think again, like this is they're trying to express the dominance. I think Angier is trying to believe that his worth is being measured by like who's the more superior magician. Where Borden thinks, well, I could do a bullet catch trick, and if I succeed here, people will love it because who else is doing bullet catch? No one does it because of the risk. Well, this is why, because then when it goes south, you have a bunch of people laughing at you because you just got two of your fingers shot off. But this is like obviously what really ignites the rivalry and just corrodes everything from here on out in the rest of the movie, because again, this is when the obsession spirals out of control. Well, it's like, oh, well, you came in and ruined my bullet catch trick and shot out two of my fingers and almost could have, almost killed me. Which I think Angier wanted deep down for it to happen.
Kill him.
Yeah, he wanted to, like the intent.
That's absolutely his
intent
is to shoot him right in the chest.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He was aiming for the heart,
and that's why Borden all of a sudden gets that oh shit look on his face, where he was like, "This motherfucker has that killer look. He is locked on." I realize there's a problem.
And it is interesting because again, it was an accident for Julia's death.
Right, but again, it was carelessness and
negligence.
You had been told not to, and all that. That there comes a point where it's like, look, I'm blaming you because you were told.
Oh yeah,
you did that shit.
Negligence.
Anyway, right?
It's ignorance. It's again like arrogance as well. For thinking he knows better than like just follow what Cutter's decision was. Follow the act accordingly, and everyone makes it out through the night. But the intent was for Borden to not make it through this night, which would have been really interesting at that point. But here's the men laughing. But yeah, I think this is just showing how unchecked competition inevitably starts to strip both men of their humanity. And this is
now you've traded wrongs so that you remove two of his fingers, which means that magic is a whole lot harder. And the brothers saw you do that.
Yep.
Right. So now they have cause to start grinding axes, right? And so now we have both sides that are looking to get their pound of flesh back.
And the brother's going to hate you too on a personal level because he had to have his fingers removed.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, you shot his brother. That's already cause.
Yeah.
But also, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get mine. I'm gonna hold you to account for that as well.
Yeah.
If I'm a lord and I have ScarJo, fuck magic bullshit. Just saying, yeah.
I'm gonna make her clothes disappear every day.
Yeah.
Make something else disappear.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
What's the magic disappearing erection?
You rub it for a certain amount of time.
That's right. It just look, I just whoop, it just disappeared. Where is it? Who knows? My assistant will wiggle around while she looks for it. I don't know.
And it teleports to another look at. No.
Yeah.
Where'd it go now?
We're gonna do 3-hole Monty is what we'll do.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing too about the life that Borden has to live between his family struggles is quite interesting because of the dual identity that he has to maintain with Fulton and Borden. Like it's from what I have down, like obviously like Sarah, who he meets at the magic trick when the boy or her nephew, but where's his brother? And he's like, oh, your nephew's quite clever,
smart kid. You realize,
smart kid.
Kid's got fast eyes.
Yeah, maybe he'll be a magician when he gets older. Who knows? But it's interesting the family struggles that happen over time with the course of the movie. Like, obviously, like his wife notices a shifting behavior every time. Like we already talked about and mentioned. Some days he says, "I'm in love," and she knows that he means it. Other times she's like, "You don't mean it today. Not today." And that part, I love that line, and I think it's the delivery is very good by Bale when she asks him when they were arguing, and then Fulton takes the girl in the other room, like covers her ears, and she's like, "Do you love me?" And he goes, "No, not today." Like, and I was like, "Damn, that was good. I appreciate that." Because usually it's her that says it, but that time he's obviously kind of pissed off, this was also pretty interesting too. Again, it's because this movie came out before The Dark Knight, right?
By 2 years, yeah.
And then what does Harvey Dent have in the movie?
Yep. The coin.
Double-sided coin.
Yep.
What does he use here in this scene? A double-sided coin.
Yep. Double heads.
Do you have a screenshot of that coin? Does he use a Morgan dollar in this, or a peace dollar or whatever?
I didn't.
Is it?
I thought it.
Yeah.
I think it's a silver dollar.
I want to look back now to see if. Okay, so
No,
it is
I
a
don't
silver
think.
dollar.
Was it?
Well,
I
it's
don't think it
no,
is.
it would be British. Yeah.
No, they're still in Britain. So
Oh
this
yeah,
should
you're
be-
right. I don't remember that.
But it's
But
got
still
two
the same
heads
of
on it. Yeah, it's a
Same
double.
Yeah, it's
color.
got two heads.
It's a double-headed
A trick
coin.
coin.
Yeah. So basically, you can make your own luck, Harvey.
It's pretty cool.
Maggie
This
Gyllenhaal
kid becomes
said.
Harvey Dent. Okay, well we got that. Yep.
British Harvey Dent, and just right face to face with Bruce Wayne and then Alfred.
Batman.
And Wolverine's in it
On
too.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine,
I
Black Widow.
haven't developed throat cancer yet, so I don't sound like I will later.
You can use this coin for as much love as you want. You're a smart kid. What do you mean the bird has a brother?
The billionaire can't afford a voice modulator at all, apparently. So
Nope. That technology didn't exist.
No.
true.
But yeah, even just right, I was like, you think that can hold me? And then boom, she's like, yeah, it's a lock. And then milk or sugar. Milk or sugar. But it's like their relationship is nice. Obviously, again, like you can tell right here which one of them actually loves her, and which one doesn't. But I think again through the course of all their scenes together, and as we know and have talked about in other movies, how masculinity is expressed through the responsibility of family, right? To be a husband, a father figure, and it's unfortunate because of the life that Borden has to live, that he fails to meet his wife's needs for. I mean, I think he does it again 50% of the time, but the need for stability and mainly honesty and truth. It's like, what do you want? It's like, I want no more secrets. I want honesty. I want truth. And it's interesting again that the choice. I think it's when they're at one of the scenes when they're at the table. I might have a screenshot of it, but when he says, "Yeah, you want the truth." No, it's when he's talking to Olivia. Sorry, my mistake. It's when he's talking to Olivia after Sarah hangs herself, and he says, "All right, you want the truth?" to Olivia. I never loved Sarah, and it's like he's actually being truthful here. If that is the one who didn't love her, the other one that we don't see is the one who loves Sarah, then the one that is currently talking to Olivia is being truthful. But she has no idea, which is unfortunate because he's refusing to provide that truth and again, like even this point here where it's like, well, like we just why
is it bruising again?
Why? Yeah, it looks fresh, like the day it happened, and it's like, yeah, what? If by this point in the movie, if you couldn't suspect that something was off, then like this is definitely like the part. So, but yeah, I think again, masculinity is genuinely shown through honesty here. But the fact that he has an inability to provide the honest truth undermines his role of being a good father and husband. And even though the twins are trying to do their best, it's because they're playing, and we'll talk about that next. It's the fact of Borden's whole sacrifice, right? Like, how is his masculinity defined in duality here? Because this scene as an example where at this part in the movie, I forget which one it was, that was fallen was buried, right? So Borden's like, where is he? And Angier's like, oh, he's right here in the earth.
Oh, this is the guy who was buried, so it's like he's
yeah,
he's definitely
like, oh, I'm
not
raged.
too happy on this night.
Yeah, like no, we're definitely drinking. Like, we're like, I almost died just now. So
truth be told, you could make the argument that he probably never should have gotten married, given like with him knowing the type of dedication and the method of that dedication, what he would have to do. It's like he probably shouldn't have gotten married.
Yeah, doubly so because you have two men that are having to share the same income.
Mm-hmm.
Eat half the food, as they say. Maybe I'll just eat half the food. It's like, oh well, you might already be doing
you already are. Yeah.
I got a baby on the way. But yeah, it and I think again, it's not to diminish the film at all, but if they were smart enough, the other one would have realized, hey, you know what? Wouldn't this like make things really, really troublesome? Again, I don't know what the conversation would really look like. Well, like, hey, like, we'll trade off, and now we'll be Eskimo brothers as well, aside from already being twins. So, we get to share the same girl, maybe, or maybe not. Kind of just depends on what that conversation behind the scenes looked like. But same thing once Olivia comes into play while Sarah's still here, Freddie, and she's like, "Oh, you're calling my man Freddie now? Interesting." Same thing. It's like, "Oh, I thought we were going to go to the park." Well, I guess we can go after everyone some errands.
Oh, yeah, I guess we are. Yeah, okay, well, let's do that.
Seemed to have a stroke and forgot that, but it's fine. Yeah, it's what she says here. We all have our vices, and she sure as hell, gives him the cold shoulder. Again, doesn't really trust him. She's giving him that look, and she's like, "Not today." This is another one of the scenes where she says, "You don't love me today." But yeah, it's and this is another scene where he feels guilty, based on which he says, "Don't call me Freddie." Like, just it's not right. And then she kind of
she's getting the hot and cold now because
now she's starting to feel it, which is like, oh, so now you can't even be a good man to me. But she's like, leave your family at home. When you're with me, you're with me. So it's like, man, she's starting to feel it, which is also funny because when she says, I don't trust that man. It's like, lady, you're banging that man. So like, I don't, you don't know that, but we certainly do.
I mean, we don't know for sure that like the one who the ones that they actually sleep with the ones they don't like. If maybe they're just like, no, if they just pull the woman thing, it's like, no, I've got a headache. That's what they do on those.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, granted, I would say it's probably still more likely they do. Cause I mean, it's like, just, look at them, but it's like, you could maybe make the argument that if we're going to call the one who survives Borden, that he might not sleep with Olivia, but he still has to, kind of do the same thing where he's playing up like he cares about her.
Well, you also had to put him. Which one of those is the kid from? Because they're both sleeping with her. You don't know.
I mean, I'm guessing the one who survives that probably is his kid. That I think
that's what
likely that one.
I mean, they both at least show that they give a shit about the kid, right? And
right.
In both ways, because who knows?
I think they kind of insinuated the survivor was the father. That's kind of.
But they also.
I think
the guy that's in the prison is sure as hell acting concerned and is very worked up about it as well.
Maybe it's just crossing over where they both.
I mean, it could be either one of them. It really and it's family regardless. So
right, it's blended. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really effed up when you think of it. I mean, that's yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, the movie gets darker the more you think about it. It's
oh yeah, this movie is really. It's like there's no heroes in this movie.
No.
To be perfect, there's really no heroes in this movie.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, you could say like maybe Michael Caine's character is the closest thing to a not so morally dubious person because he's at least motivated by things that you're like, okay, that's not necessarily bad. He probably shouldn't be helping with the type of with certain types of revenge, but at the same time, it's like he doesn't realize how far it's going.
Yeah, I think Sarah and the daughter are the only ones that are really unscathed, and don't have any kind of moral taint on them.
Yeah, I mean they're not heroes, but they're victims.
Sarah does kill herself, so
yeah.
Depending on your morality, that's a problem.
Yeah. Which even then, you don't really see either one of them grieving a lot, unfortunately, either. So it's like, especially when you have that scene with Olivia and Alfred's like, yeah, I loved you. I didn't really love her. It's like, whoa. Shouldn't be saying that about
her. I did not.
I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi. Well, hi, Angier. Yeah. And so just to talk a little bit more about,
I can't tell you my trick. It's confidential. Anyway, how's your sex life?
Yo, Rick Costa, what's up, dude? Can't lay down without falling asleep for 2 hours. What's up, fellas? You know what? Listen, I enjoy a good nap from time to time, so I don't blame you.
Absolutely.
Naps.
I hate taking naps. I hate
really?
taking naps.
Yeah.
It throws me off so bad. It throws me off so bad.
Depending on what I have going on, sometimes if I know it's gonna be like a long day or night, or next day is gonna be a long day, then I definitely if I can get a nap in. If I can't get a full night's sleep, then give me that power nap and maybe a little bit of extra caffeine and I'll be all right. But
no, naps make me more tired than when I laid down.
They have to be short naps though. Like if I'm napping for that long, it does.
Yeah, 2 hours is gonna just turn me to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 minutes, okay, maybe.
Yeah, 20-minute power nap.
Yep.
That has helped me out tremendously from time to time. I have to say so.
Yeah, but that's usually if I've already not had any sleep, and so I'm just trying to.
It's like 3 3-hour nights in a row. A 20-minute power nap.
Yeah,
you're good for a week. I mean,
yeah.
Later, Elite Finger King. Hope you feel better.
Wow.
Kind of get some electrolytes. Trial horses are no fun, man. That's for sure. I saw it. Total side topic. Saw it in a meme where like you'll stretch and you get that Charlie horse in your calf muscle, and it's like you can't even walk straight. I don't know if it's ever happened to anyone before. But
Oh yeah,
that sucks.
I've actually so
God.
when I at the time not realizing when I was developing a blood clot in my leg, I would actually get cramps in the front of my shin, and it would twist over to the side, and so like trying to figure out how to set your foot to stretch out whatever the hell was cramping out was always very exciting. And then I ended up getting plantar fasciitis as well, which that sucks. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, okay, all those things you can't stretch, yeah, those are going to fuck with you. Thanks for that. Thanks. A calf I can stretch. I don't know what the hell muscle is running down the side of my shin that decided it's going to seize the hell up and then take my plantar fasciitis.
Down with fascist plantars.
Mm-hmm.
They're the worst.
God, yeah.
They are the worst.
I am definitely anti-plantar.
Anti-fasciitis.
Yeah. So talking just about the duality of Borden and again in his sacrifice when Olivia is sent over by Angier, and the idea is to uncover Borden's truth, his secret, by exposing Angier's truth. Just tell him the truth, and she actually does. Later on, like I think in this scene, he or she stops, and then the scene is continued again later on, where she's like, actually I loved him, but he screwed me over and sent me away. So F him, and I want to work for you now, and then fall in love with one of your twins. But because of his real secret of having a twin, and then again sharing the one identity, enforcing these two men to have two lives, sacrificing personal happiness and the relationships, just for the sake of being a magician, right?
I do have to say I do very much enjoy Hugh Jackman playing his body double. It's pretty funny, and it's interesting how easily he can kind of uglify himself by just sort of tucking that chin back just a little bit and voicing his teeth out. I'm like, that's a good effect there.
No, he's wearing a dental appliance to give.
Oh no, I get it, but it's just like the fact that his teeth are out just that little.
The
bit
overbite is all it takes, and
it's like, wow, that you really look goofy when that happened.
It's like, boy, you better be happy you don't have British teeth.
But yeah, even this point here again, where the rivalry has already begun. I'm gonna take the beat.
Oh God, it just struck me what Hugh Jackman reminds me of when he's dressed up like that. The Lady Killers with Tom Hanks.
Oh no,
with Tom Hanks has that ridiculous fucking overbite and the fake mustache and all that shit or whatever. It looks just like. And
I remember
acts
seeing
a bit like
trailer for that and thinking that just looked so awful. Then I heard it was, and I was like, okay, I won't bother. Then I was like,
yeah, it's worse. It's worse than the trailer.
Movie?
It's worse than the trailer.
I couldn't believe that was a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, well, I couldn't either. I was like, all right, well, I guess you get a few bad movies out of you.
Yeah.
As far as revenge moves go, this one might be my favorite though, where he causes his double to screw him over, ties him up, just takes the show from him. Like I was like, okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That's like the football equivalent of like dancing on the other team's logo. Basically, it's just like the biggest middle finger. But it's all in the spirit of but it's in the spirit of competition. It's like okay, yeah, that's pretty. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. But this is again what leads to furthering the rivalry and being on board to follow where Angier's going. Again, it's just the sacrifice that one of them plays in this in this particular scene and build up where they figure out, all right, you know what? We're going to lure one of them and into a little box, a coffin. And poor Cutter almost dies in the process, right? He gets shot, but not that bad right here. And what he says, reduces the oh God, what was it? Prevents me from having to or the trouble for giving you an air hole or whatever, something like that, right?
Yeah.
No, let's not give you a bloody air hole. But
Saves me the trouble of giving you a bonus hole.
Yeah,
the size of a tangerine.
Oh my God,
a blowhole. But I think all in all, through this whole hardship, again, like the masculinity is tied to Borden's secrecy, and I think his entire his entire identity is dependent upon hiding his true self, hiding his twin, right? So, but I think their devotion also proves that the masculine that they do have obsession and ego aside, that because they can be and again, you want to call it's like just human error, if you will, but because they can be enslaved to obsession, they had discipline at one point, because now Angier's gone too far, and that just kind of turns into self-destruction. Now, I do think Angier's self-destruction is far worse than Borden's, even though Borden gets his in the end, right? Like he's kind of hard to say, like he's the victor, but he's the one.
Well, and him killing Angier at the end, it's like he basically caused his brother to die and try to take his kid away. It's like, yeah, I think there's some proper justification to do some of the stuff he does. I mean, you could still argue it's like you shouldn't do that. You let the law take care of things, but law already screwed him over. So
might forsake this and just sort of.
Now here's another example of Nolan's bullshit writing.
What, because he points him to Elon Musk?
Because
Tesla.
Points him to Tesla. Yeah, I mean, what if instead of a 5-letter word, instead of Tesla, what if it was Bowie?
Yeah. Bowie. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to wait a while. Or he goes to the Alamo.
Yeah,
it's in the basement of the Alamo.
Which leads us to this.
I have a bad feeling some people didn't get the Pee-wee's Big Adventure reference there.
What's that?
The Alamo thing. That was a Pee-wee's Big Adventure reference.
Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, hold on.
There are literally 500 ways you can use corn, all of which we would talk about right now.
Seeing them move this contraption is kind of interesting. It was well shot, I think, but
yeah, thank God it's on wheels.
Really, most of the movie's well shot. I mean, it was, this. I mean, the production value for this is really
it's visually beautiful.
It is. Yeah,
I agree. It's one thing that I think Nolan does.
The Nolan cheat writing that always annoys the fuck out of me.
So let's talk a little bit more about Angier's obsession. Again, like obviously the fact that he travels.
Let's talk about the big giant Deus Ex Machina that has to happen in order for this fucking movie to continue.
Yeah, I know. But hey, at least they proved some things to be right with Tesla, right? In real life, in the movie.
Yeah, he'd already done that shit with AC motors. Yeah, thanks, and AC electricity. Everything after that is a little horse shit.
Yeah, because this is like he points him to Tesla, who he didn't actually use, but Tesla also is capable of creating a supernatural machine capable of copying him. It's like, huh? Okay.
Okay.
It's like, it's fun, I guess, but really, all right then.
Yeah.
This was
your best idea, Christopher. Was it?
It's like, well, and you're like, hey, Borden, maybe you should have pointed him to Edison or something. I don't. The other way. That way you can't do this.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Dalai
what I mean.
Lama. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Like there are some things that where Borden appears to be smarter. He does some stupid things. Like he shouldn't have given him the secret. He shouldn't have told him where to look.
But this isn't. That's not what he does.
It's
Tesla
an attempted misdirect.
Yeah, Tesla is the decode key for his notebook.
His notebook, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it convenient that his notebook is about Tesla's guy? Stop it.
But in the process, it did allow him to have the better trick, to have the better.
Right, that's the problem. It's just a giant plot convenience in Deus Ex Machina that allows that shit to happen.
Yeah, it's like Borden could have picked, peanut butter as his, his key, and nothing happened. It's
or
like,
again, he goes Dalai Lama, and then what the fuck? Angier goes, to Tibet and realizes I have to drink my own piss. The hell with that. No,
he literally points him to. I mean, and maybe look, you can maybe argue that he wanted to point him somewhere that he would buy into the idea that, hey, this guy can do it. But I'm like, the fact that the guy actually can create a machine that can do this, it's like, that's okay.
Yeah. Might as well have written down Starfleet.
Yeah, I mean, I think where it's everything concerning Tesla is pretty interesting. But I think it does set him on a weird course. Again, it furthers his obsession, right? Even Tesla recognizes that he is obsessed, and he's like, well, then if you've also suffered from obsession, then you know that you can't talk me down off this ledge. Like, I have to go through with this, right? Because it's like, well, my obsessions consumed me, but Angier's okay with that. Like, I after hearing that from Tesla, he's like, well, if the man that was consumed by his obsessions is going to build me something that furthers my obsession, then I'm okay with being consumed by it in the process, as long as I get the outcome that I want.
Yeah,
right?
the annoying thing about this is that so you have the scene with Tesla where he talks about the obsession thing, and this is one of the few scenes that you could actually pursue some very interesting moral dilemmas that aren't manufactured through bullshit. The fact that Tesla recognizes an obsession and understands that obsession will eventually destroy a person, even though he points it out and the guy goes, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you have the dilemma of, do I withhold that information because I don't want to aid in this man's destruction, or if I withhold it, I'm kind of stealing the agency from someone else by thinking better than them. And that's an interesting moral dilemma that we skip right the fuck over to go ahead and make our magical bullshit machine.
Whoops. I'm gonna slice this lady's fingers off. This scene made me laugh. It's always made me laugh for a weird reason, because like again, like, how do you not see who it is up until it's the trick that's about to destroy your whole show? But oh well, whatever. But I do think I just see Smeagol here.
Andy Serkis is great.
Yeah,
he is good in this. I love it. He's like when he first approaches the gate, and just this slight hesitation. He's like, I want Tesla to build me a machine. He's like, why? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's so simple, but just I don't know if it's just the delivery that Serkis has right there, or just being a simple question of why.
It's why, and it's because there's curiosity related to the person he's talking to. Mm-hmm. It's like he understands that, well, gosh, if he wants my boss to build him a machine, what the heck is he going to do with it? Because he's already a fan of his magic and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized how ironic it is that he's in it and Michael Caine, and they both played Alfred Pennyworth as well.
Well, also that he's in that Andy Serkis is in this, and it's a movie about obsession. Yeah, which you know.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, he should have been like, bro, trust me.
Precious.
I know all about obsessions. You don't want anything to do with that shit.
Mr. Angier, you don't want to go with
it would even work funny as a joke if like he maybe had started to say it's like, well, I know that it's like shut up.
No, that's fine.
It's like, oh, sorry.
Yes, thank you. You could get my tea.
That would have been funny if
he made him take off his ring and he replicates like a gold wedding band of.
He actually does. Angiers has to take off his ring before he gets into the Tesla coil.
What if he would have seen the ring, or he gives
hands it
to hold on to?
He hands it like Andy Serkis,
yeah. You know, he gets his eyes start to like look at it, or like there's like a slight
little glimpse of recognition.
Yeah, like
that would be cool.
Gollum hates and loves the ring. Yeah, that'd have been so funny. Missed opportunity, Noam. Damn.
Yeah, how do you miss that shit?
What a bum. I think everyone would have picked up on that, which would have been great.
Damn, Whalem, what the hell is up with you, man? I mean, you ran out of booze, and then
ran out of bacon, and
now you got a bacon. I mean, always make sure the bees are filled up, right? You need the bathroom tissue that needs to be always topped off. Bacon always has to be topped off. The booze and backy if you chew or smoke. That's
true. That's very true.
Boobs also. Make sure you have plenty of boobs. Yeah.
Yep.
Bacon on boobs.
Oh.
I'll take those with a side of bits, please.
Bacon on boobs, and then booze after you've had your bacon on boobs.
Yeah, go. Not before.
Yeah, it's
you
after.
don't want the whiskey dick.
Yeah. Exactly.
With the bacon bits, hell yes.
You don't want her trying to be all Jack and Daniels, you know.
Oh my God, no.
Jack and Daniels. Waylon, have you had an old fashioned with bacon in it? It's pretty good. I'd recommend it. I can shit in the yard. I don't need TP.
Well, and it's not the shitting that you need the TP for. It's the afterwards. I don't know how they teach you in Oklahoma, but
boobs. Which came first, the bacon or the boobs? Oh, boobs. Yeah,
boobs.
Definitely the boobs.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, you had to have the person there to cook it.
Exactly.
The one with the
That's
boobs.
probably like the second request. It's like, okay, thank you, boobs. Now do me a favor. Cook that pig.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I moved on from the milk. Now let's get to the bacon.
Yeah, seeing Root is hilarious. Here it is. That's a good shot.
He kind of looks like a blonde Groucho Marx.
It's a good mustache.
Say the
it actually makes me think. It's like, you ever want to do a Groucho picture? You might have your guy here.
You might, maybe.
Which, by the way, if you want to watch some really good comedy with some pretty sharp innuendo, Marx Brothers movies are
all
awesome.
of the Marx Brothers movies.
They're so funny.
Yes, they are.
I feel like this is like a Gord joke that he says right here. I don't know if you would agree to that, Gord, but he says
no, this isn't one of mine.
No,
he just grabs him and like,
do you think it's as funny?
That wouldn't be one of my jokes. I don't think that's clever.
I need to piss. Of course he is. He's a bloody retard, or was he not a retired actor?
If he had said that, that would have been great.
A retarded actor.
Retarded actor.
Retarded.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
He's a bloody retarded actor.
That's not interesting.
But I'll repeat myself.
That's an interesting screenshot. Yeah. ScarJo.
I missed it.
Yeah, well,
that's the pre-bacon ScarJo shot.
Yeah.
Somebody's screenshotting that right now. Just crop us out, please.
Yeah. I'm getting the lard myself.
Oh damn. Yeah, I don't know how I would have been able to send Olivia away because of my obsession. Like, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But the fact that Angier is able to do that, I'm just like, bro, like, that's not a melee thing to do.
Nice profile pic.
What happened? Oh my God, Gord.
No. You need to move it so the boob is showing as well.
This was all that was in the shot.
No, there's a boob in the shot. You see it.
Right now there is.
Oh.
I mean, the current screenshot works pretty good.
No, in the one that where she has the O face. You must wax.
Scarjo top is cooking bacon. Top.
Some of us went through puberty.
Yeah, you can't be top. Yeah, but that's.
You can't. I mean, you don't want hot grease popping on there and like leaving little wet red welts or something. That's no.
Oh yeah,
you never cook bacon naked.
That's true. The great Danton. I like his accent, the way he just makes fun of himself. It
that would actually be kind of funny as like a running joke. If like, because he takes the name to like honor his wife doing it, and then everyone calls his name gay. Like the rest of the movie, the first time they hear it, like gay.
French.
It'd be like that. The one good joke in the movie Paul, where they keep 3 tits. That's awesome. You just keep calling back to it over and over.
Yeah, I think as much as this magic trick works well for Angier, the fact that he's down below, and obviously Borden knows this and calls it. I was like, oh, I can read all of his tricks. You know, it's not a secret to tell me what the truth is about what he does. But the fact that he has to stand under the stage and just close his eyes and imagine that he's actually the one receiving all the praise.
The accolades.
He's not getting the accolades, and that irks him. And again, it only drives his obsession further. Which, again, I thought about it. If I was in his shoes, would I be okay with that? Because at the end of the day, obviously
brothers aren't. That's why they have to rotate.
Yep. So he's still not getting what he wants.
Nope.
And
he talks about it. You know, that he wants to see the audience's faces, right? He went. You know, the fact that they're pleased that he tricked them.
Yeah.
Waylon, what you're looking for there? That's called tit for tot.
Oh. Also, breakfast burritos are how you get cornholio.
That bacon is in a breakfast burrito with some tater tots. Now we're talking. That's good, man. I like that. Okay, serving the bacon. You're right. No booby damage allowed. Exactly. Got to save the tatas.
Yep.
Protect them. I agree. Well, let's just say a Mexican lady making me some tacos.
See, that's one time we're not going to call ice. There's exceptions.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the quality of the tacos.
It's very true.
Yeah, I think this whole obsession about the diary is quite maddening. See, this is where he's like, yes, you and Angier, you're being played for a fool. And he's pissed off that Tesla's machine doesn't work. Although it does, they just haven't carefully triangulated the trajectory of distance and this cat getting its molecules electrocuted, and it's like, the fuck just
I do kind of like the cat just looked kind of annoyed when it's over, like looks like a really angry during, and then it's just like yeah, that was aggravating.
It was somebody turned off the laser pointer.
Yeah. What just happened?
What do you mean it went away?
Vex was supposed to be here, but she couldn't, obviously, as well. But this is a part I wanted to ask her about, as much as she's a cat lady. Like, did she appreciate this part? would she have cared? Would she have actually used one of her own cats?
Can you imagine a cat lady with this machine?
Oh god,
that'd be horrible. It'd just be like, I'm just gonna copy all of my cats all the time.
I now have a bajillion cats.
They're all the same.
Actually, this probably is kind of an ideal movie for a cat lady because they replicate a bunch of cats and just drown a bunch of men.
Yeah, perfect.
I didn't even think about that, to be honest, Gord. Barbacoa tacos. See, now I want tacos, dude. Fudge. There's a really good taco spot like 2 miles down the road from me. They're open until 2 a.m. throughout the week. Really good tacos, actually. I give them like an 8 out of 10. We'll see what happens. 40 minutes behind, and I have to keep pausing the stream. Last guy was a 10-minute ride, talked the entire time, but gave me a.
Well,
I mean, you let him ride you for 10 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, come on, that seems reasonable.
I didn't know that was the occupation. I was not aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not called Uber, it's Boober.
Yeah.
So no shit, there was an actual startup called Boober.
I know.
And what it was breast milk. It was for women who couldn't lactate, but still wanted to use breast milk. And so it was a big exchange or whatever. It's hilarious. I actually knew some of the investors for that.
By the way, this machine, pretty much a world hunger solution.
Yeah.
Also, you could title this chapter of the movie "The Cat in the Hat."
That's very true.
Hats.
It's like, don't forget your hat. Well, which one is mine? The audio is Mr. Angier.
I can has hats.
I can has
hats.
I can has hat. I can has hamburger now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that website. It was such a good website. Damn Edison, man, just burning Tesla's house down. But not before the Deus Ex Machina machine could be left for Mr. Angier. Don't worry. We'll save your obsession because it's important. And we want your masculinity to
also this setup
fall.
with the fucking gun.
Oh, yeah.
There's some more. I need to write this so that it works.
But it feels like, as he's getting electrocuted right here.
Science.
It's science. Oh, God.
He's not even paying attention to the facehugger that's laying in the pod right next to him.
Oh, that's science?
Mm.
Didn't know what that was. So I want to just talk about the last two quick things here of the prestige. The trick itself, where we're kind of seeing
we see the trapdoor
causality of the trick. We'll get back to that scene in just a second. But the look on I can't think of this guy's name, but the look on his face.
Yeah, where he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, "I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've seen real magic."
I actually laughed when I saw this guy because a few months ago I watched like all of Frasier, and this guy is like a recurring character on Frasier.
He's so gay in that show, but he's
I
mean,
he's a very gay character. He's a not so deeply closeted gay man in that show. So I saw him, I was like, "Ha, it's the guy from Frasier."
Yep.
You're gonna need a bigger closet.
Yeah. Or in this movie's case, a water closet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where I think Borden realizes that he's been outshined, literally.
It's that he can't figure. He's like, no.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's like, how can
and this isn't a double because he had picked out that there was a double before.
Yep.
He's like, no, this is the same man.
Yep. Because you can kind of see the trap door here.
Yep.
He was able to get a
He's
little
trap door, but he's like, there's no way that he could travel that far that fast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out. It's supposed to be smarter than him. In the end, you were. But now he can finally feel that feeling, being the man that gets the applause, the accolades. But yeah, this is where he's
well,
the
guy that goes in for the trick can't.
Part of him.
Nope. He doesn't get to feel fuck all. He always drowns.
Which I want to talk about that in the end, the very, very end. Because I think it is interesting. But yeah, he's yelling at him to figure it out. And obviously, let's do some reconnaissance. Let's do some spy work. Let's figure this out. What the hell is this all about? This trick. Which even Cutter is being told to not.
Yeah, he's very intentionally trying to keep Cutter out of it.
Yeah, like don't go. I don't want you backstage for this one.
Yep.
Which,
and he hires a bunch of blind men.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which I mean, I guess smart, but also it was his downfall in the end, because if he would have, not had blind men, obviously people would have probably outed his trick, of course, and said like, hey, he's just killing himself somehow, and still, like, it obviously would have not have been good. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Yeah.
But it also would have potentially saved his life. It'd be like, hey, like, you're not part of the act. Like, I don't recognize you at all. Right. But it's also, I think, because of what Angier's trying to do here, and his death that happens, I think it's a demonstration of how.
Oh, Borden gets by a guy who can actually see.
Yeah, but he says like, I'm part of the bloody act. I'm part of the bloody act, right. You fool.
Right, because he had already done that before when he was confronted with the when they were all still working together.
Yeah, and it's like Cutter shows up a second too late, because who is that man? Like, and I almost wondered if, and I know Cutter was told to not go backstage, but he's kind of side stage right now. It would almost been like, well, maybe a little bit of an intuition, some sort of feeling like, maybe I should this one time, and maybe Angier will forgive me for it. But again, if it's Cutter that goes backstage and sees, oh my God, like, Borden, like, what do you do? Because he ends up going down there anyway, right? But he was too late. He pushes him out of the way, and obviously can't save him, or that copy of Angier. But I think, again, that this version of Angier, whatever number it is at this point, like the emptiness that he has in this is like obviously being consumed by his ego, like, as he's literally dying for the applause. But
yeah.
It doesn't
so, by the way,
here's
another problem with the movie that they ignore. Cutter at no point goes, wait, who the fuck is landing on the balcony?
He thinks that he's being actually. I don't know if he thinks that he's actually being teleported through electricity.
No, but he sees somebody who looks just like him, Angier's, on the balcony after this fucking happens. And he's like, "Where the fuck? Where's he at? Where does this guy go? I don't know. He just fucking disappeared. It's fine."
I don't know, because they don't show it, right? Like I think this is.
He still would have transported.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's still transported, but I guess because of all you hear is like Borden screaming, right? Like, or it's obviously like kind of muffled,
right? But that's all down there.
Yeah,
and Angiers wouldn't know about it. He would be up on the fucking balcony taking the applause and all that shit.
But they don't show it, which is interesting.
Boy, it's almost like there's a reason to do that, because Nolan's skipping out on some shit that he would have to account for.
Yeah, it would have been interesting here too if he broke the glass and somehow this version of Angier survived, right? Yeah. That would have made things really interesting.
That'd make for a cool alternate ending or something. I mean, if they went that far to do that, just see the whole thing fall apart and have to explain it away. And,
the double twist is that he actually didn't die. And then there's two Angiers. And so at that point they go, hey, we'll bait one of you out, so that way we can actually see what the real truth is, and then so forth. And
He just pulls a Borden.
You're still one upping each other in the end.
He just pulls a Borden.
Yeah.
You know, we're
pulls a Borden on a Borden.
Yep.
Yeah, like this moment here. It's like, I'm Lord Cudlow. I've always been Lord Cudlow. And now I have your daughter. Which, yeah, it's the fact that he's ripping out Alfred's love is his daughter, right? His wife's gone. Now it's like, well, you had your life now, or my life was robbed. So even though I gave Olivia away, which was stupid of me, but still the same thing. You had your chance. And
all right, but which one?
Yeah, I love it. I
Is
love
this the one that actually loved Olivia.
I don't think it was.
Most people seem to think it is.
Is that what we said? The one that's in jail was the one who loved Olivia?
Yep, that's the bad one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then he never loved the wife, so.
Right. Well, I think in the end, Borden proves that masculinity finds redemption in legacy and love. I think obviously there's a bit of a sacrifice here. Obviously, when he is walking away at the end, when he's talking to his brother, this is like really subtle and silent, like really quiet. It's like, I should have listened to you. I never should have done those things.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I should have walked away from it like you told me to. That's the more reasonable one that actually cared about Sarah. Yep.
So, and the mind fuckery that happens here with Cutter is
I saw you dead.
Yeah, like wait, how can you be here when I saw your body?
Imagine seeing a dead man,
whole dead corpse. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's gonna mess with you pretty bad, and you're gonna have some thoughts and feel like you need to talk about a couple of things. And I think this was the tipping point for Cutter to realize, like, this obsession has taken him way too far. And now, like, you have Borden's girl. Like, that's where we're gonna draw the line. That's where I'm gonna try and do what I can to circumvent this issue and get maybe help Borden get even. It's interesting how he sort of switched allegiances a little bit, I guess. But I think for the right reason, though. In the end, obviously, like, when they go to dispose of the tank and where they're going to go, or so where all the tanks have been disposed, he says we're going to do the same thing and dispose the machine there.
Yep.
Right as the hanging is happening, and he says abracadabra. The red balls bounced, caught, and then he's shot, and again, the back and forth of the life that explains to him, like, hey, I thought you were the same person, because we were twins, actually, but we did everything. We made all these sacrifices together. We weren't one or the other. We were the same the entire time.
Yep. He kind of explained that there were two halves of one person.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't sacrifice like we did, and she was like, "Excuse me, hold my beer."
Yeah, and so this is the interesting part too. Like, again, like, where you shot my fingers off. Well, now I have to chop my fingers off,
yep.
Right? So we can be. So the story stays straight. The secret stays true. Yep. But the love, the interest, the family, all that has to change. All that has to go through sacrifice. The arguing that we have to endure. The lack of remembering who said what, who did what, who has to do what. But yeah, I think it's the interesting part. Because there's a lot of confrontation that's happening right now, and I think that's part of where some masculinity can be defined is through confrontation, and the rivals are now face to face, and talking about how they've been consumed, but also Angier's death is the consequence of his obsessive choices, as is the twin that was hanged.
Which Angier? There's been a lot more Angier's death than there have been twins.
Right. So let's talk about that, because I obviously when he's like, it was like, what do you mean? I know about sacrifice. It's like, look around you, and he's like, I don't care. And it's like, that's kind of cold for him to say it, but like for us though, it's true. And I think Angier has sacrificed a lot, because it's like every time, especially that very first time, like he had a feeling because of what that Angier knew from the top hats being doubled or multiplied rather, the cat being doubled, going, well, if the same is for the hats and the cat in the hat, then the same could happen for me.
That's not what he says though. His concern is that if it doesn't work correctly, he doesn't want to live long in that state, and the gun is there for him to shoot himself. Now, he does in fact shoot himself.
It's just a difference. Exactly.
Right. He still shoots himself.
But again, the logic that leads to that is bullshit. He should have from the get-go been, I'm not sure how much time Tesla had to fine-tune this after the fuck up or whatever. Oh, but I'm sorry, that would actually give the story away. And so Nolan has to fake it once again with some shit writing.
Yeah. But it's
this is why movies like this, like I enjoy The Prestige mostly for the acting. This is what annoys me about people. Go, oh my God, Nolan's like, shut the fuck up. He is a hack half the time. There are better writers who actually earn their shit. Nolan is not among them. What he is a great visual director, and he should have somebody else write everything for him.
Yeah, it's like I appreciate that he tackles ambitious concepts, but like you said, it's like he really should be employing people to help those get fleshed out better in the writing department. Like where I give this movie credit is I think its character work is really strong. Storytelling is, it's pretty wonky.
Yeah. No,
the character work is much stronger in this movie than the actual storytelling.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And again, and the acting. Right.
Yeah, the acting's fantastic.
Acting helps.
The acting saves a lot of Nolan movies. Hello, Batman.
Here's the nod. Nolan, enjoy your dinner.
Right. Except he did a nod before.
Yeah. Second.
It's when Borden is they cross the street and pass each other, and he nods at him as he goes in to shoot Angiers.
Yep. Nod once, nod twice.
Yeah. Nod's as good as a wink to a
Nolan
blind man.
certainly likes his nods, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And that's essentially the end of the movie. If we want to do round robins.
So here's a where Angiers is right, and the problem is you have to think about it a bit. And Nolan actually fucks it up in the dialogue. Angiers dies every time.
Yeah.
Right. The man who walks in and disappears always dies. Right. And it's the person that is copied then shows up on the balcony and, hey, I get to get the applause and all that stuff, but I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Right. I'll get applause once and then I'm going to die again.
Yeah.
Right. The way they presented is I've been 50-50. Said, no, you don't. No, you don't. The world always sees that another one. Again, it's like this is some shit that we talked about at the beginning of Alien Earth when they decided they were going to take on difficult concepts, and I was like, be real careful with that. I don't. Oh no, you can't write that shit at all. Nope, you're not smart enough to deal with that, because the idea of the transporter idea is, if I make a copy, and there's no like disruption in memory. I saw some flashing lights, and then I was on the fucking balcony, right? I survived. No, you didn't. Right? The one that actually stood there died. You're a copy. who did it, but from an external perspective and from that person on the balcony's internal belief, they believe that they're that person, and everybody who would encounter them would think that they are the person because they are an exact copy. Problem is that they're not the same person.
Yeah. Let's go around and give our any sort of extra closing thoughts and masculinity rating. Isaac, what you got for us?
Yeah, so I certainly echo the feeling and sentiment that the acting and cinematography saved this movie for sure. I certainly enjoyed this movie. I saw it years ago, as a kid when it came out, and I liked it then, but I haven't rewatched it since now. So like almost 20 years, and certainly gained a greater appreciation for it. Not a perfect movie, but I'm certainly going to rewatch it again in the future, and I enjoyed it. Masculinity rating wise, that's a tough one because the character, like we said, there's no heroes in this movie. There's victims, and they're not heroes, So I'm not going to ascribe a masculinity rating to an individual. I'm going to ascribe my rating to the message that you can derive from this movie. And part of that, just to get slightly philosophical, looking at what's Hugh Jackman's character's name again? I always forget.
Angiers.
Angier.
Angiers. I look at the constant dying, killing himself over and over. I kind of ascribe that to, the verse, what does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul in the process? And also kind of like doing something repetitively that is constantly harming you, kills a part of your soul in the process. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, stuff like that. I think there's a good message to derive out of that. Obsession, losing your willpower to do what you need to do versus what you want to do, which is your obsession, stuff like that. If you really look into it, you can get that sort of message out of it. And for that, I'll give it an IGN 7. Basically, for that masculinity rating. But
too much water for Angiers.
Yeah. And but no, so like once you really break it down, and there's things you can derive out of it. I like the message, and definitely the end with his devotion to his daughter. That's a good thing, and his priorities kind of get set straight there. But I'm not going to ascribe any masculinity rating to characters because they're very flawed personalities in this film, for sure. For sure. But I like this movie, so that's where I'm at.
Nice. Yeah. Appreciate that. Good one. What do you think? What you got for a rating?
Yeah, I think Isaac makes a good point that the one of the reasons that you have movies with flawed characters is to demonstrate to the audience a greater message, right? And you do have Bale at the end going, I don't care, I'm out, right? Because I have a daughter that I have to take care of. The priorities finally get aligned for him, even though his brother had to hang because he did not, right? So you have like a half redemption arc for Bale's two characters. I think that Angiers is he dooms himself, and again, it's an understandable descent, into bitterness and obsession. That grief is, especially for someone that if you're doing magic tricks, part of the thing is the precision of what you're doing, the repeatability, things like that, right? And it's what Cutter's trying to teach them, and because somebody was lackadaisical in their work, he loses his wife, and then that person doesn't even admit fault or even say that, oh yeah, I did that thing. And so there's nothing more emasculating than having the world go, you know what, random chance, hi, You know, that you could have been a good person, you could have been a bad person. It doesn't matter. You know, shit just going to happen. Sometimes people get hit by buses, whether they deserve it or not. Right? This is good, bad. I'm the one with the gun. You know, that's kind of what happens to him, and it breaks him. And so his vengeance just keeps growing, and then he creates his own destructor when he tries to enact that vengeance with the you know, with the bullet catch act. Right now, he's given them a proper grievance to go at him, and here we go. Right, and he's willing to toss Olivia aside. He does, you know, he does at least try and insulate Cutter from the knowledge of what he's doing, because he recognizes that what he's doing is monstrous.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. And the idea is that this is his ultimate vengeance on Borden, and Borden, one of them, takes the bait, and here you go. Right. But he was willing to make huge sacrifices to do so, you know, to the detriment of almost everybody around him. Cutter's the only one that he you know, keeps, you know, gives some salvation to by just keeping him ignorant of what's going on. Cutter is probably the most masculine in that when he recognizes that Angiers has an obsession, he's like, yeah, I'm out. Right. That's a young man's game. And I'm not down with it. And part of that is, you know, look, you're going to do what you do. I think it's probably a more moral stance than Tesla, in that he recognizes the obsession, and he's like, I'm not going to assist you in that. Right. You do you, but I'm old, and, you know, whatever. He also, when Angiers returns, and then he finds out that he's Lord Potler. I can never remember the Lord's name because it's irrelevant. He realizes what a monster he's become, and is repulsed by it. Right, and is now just trying to save whomever he can from him. And, you know, does the right thing, at least as far as the little girl who's the only innocent. You know, Sarah to you know, to a large degree. But the little girl is the one innocent, and that's what he's focused on trying to take care of. So I think he gets masculine points, and kind of showing the moral center in a way that a lot of others, you know, don't. Borden, at least, is in the end recognizes where his priorities should lie. Yeah, I think I think I would have to like split the difference between the masculinity of one character and the, you know, partial redemption of one, and then the destruction of the other. That gets balanced out by the message the movie's trying to send, which is that, you know, obsession bad, and it corrodes you and all around you in your sphere. So yeah, I'd probably give it 7, maybe 7.5, because I think that much like when we talked about Dead Poet Society, that, you know, you don't necessarily have to deliver on all the masculines, but you know, if you're aiming it at a particular audience or trying to say a particular thing, then you know, there's masculinity in the message, even if it's not necessarily in the story itself.
Yeah.
And as long as you show the weakness of them, right? That's the I think that's why I would give it a 7 or 7.5 on the masculine scale.
Yeah, that's fair.
As a movie, I'd probably give it about the same. story for me is always the thing that hangs me up on movies. I was like, oh, it's beautiful, and unfortunately, there's this shit, and this one. This is one of the ones that I immediately started to Spock brow on Nolan a bit and be like, okay, what's up with it? Because Batman Begins I didn't like, but I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, that's some Batman shit, whatever. But this one, and then it keeps going. And when Interstellar came around, I was like, fuck you, sir, in a variety of ways, in all the holes. I'm done with you. I'm out.
Yeah. Gord, what about you? What you got?
I would probably score it similarly on the masculinity scale. As I've said a few times, it's like I tend to look at it's like, okay, what aspect of it are they trying to portray? If it's a negative or a positive, do they accomplish that well? And for the most part, I'd say they do. One thing I appreciate about the movie is that there are consequences to bad decisions.
Yes.
That's always a good thing, especially these days when so few movies are willing to even have them. But I have to dock a little bit, for not really exploring the morality of what Tesla's doing. And even though he's not in the movie much, it has a pretty big effect overall on the movie, what he does. And the fact that they just kind of gloss over the moral questions from his perspective, I was like, that's kind of aggravating. They could have done something pretty interesting with him. This movie's not super long. It's a little over 2 hours. Spend another 5-10 minutes with him, and maybe him wrestling with the idea of what he's doing, rather than just saying, no, you shouldn't do this. But if you're going to, okay.
All right, I'll enable you. Okay, I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, it's
like a drug dealer that goes, drugs are bad, right? Oh, you got $5? Okay, here's the heroin.
Yeah, it's a little too much. Like it kind of felt like the movie wanted to be very non-committal about his morality. I guess because he is a historical figure, they didn't want to commit him too much one way or the other. They didn't want to portray him as bad, but at the same time, they made him far too willing to do a really bad thing. Even if he doesn't know the actual motive behind why he's doing it, it's like you're replicating yourself, and if you're going to cover that up, you're probably have to do something pretty terrible to ensure that a bunch of you aren't running around.
Well, no, but he recognizes the obsession.
It's like the obsession alone. It's like we're kind of this is pretty. It's cloning.
You
cloning
seem like
inherently kind of. Yeah.
You seem like an addict, but I'm going to go ahead and give you something that you can absolutely consume as an addict. But no judgment from me. Piss off.
Freaking libertarians, man.
I know, man. Something else.
Yeah. So it on that front, that does bug me a bit. But I do, like I said, I do appreciate the character arcs of the primaries. I do like I like the way they handle Michael Caine's character a lot. Like all of that I think is pretty strong. Like I said, there's the characters have solid arcs. There's consequences for bad actions. We do get a little bit of redemption for Borden. And I like the inverse of those two characters, in that you have Borden seems more, morally questionable at the beginning, but ultimately finds a more moral side by the end, whereas Angier's is the far more sympathetic character at the beginning, but becomes, pretty freaking evil when it's all said and done. He lets, obsession corrode him, and there are genuine consequences to that are very disturbing. And I do like that the movie doesn't shy away from the disturbing nature of what he did. But so in that sense, I appreciate it. And I think that's all more or less well done. But yeah, overall, about 7.5 on the masculinity scale.
What would you give the movie itself?
It's hard to say, because it's funny, because like realizing the problem with him pushing him to Tesla was something I really hadn't thought to, because I've only kind of recently started to rewatch this movie over the past year or so.
Right.
So I was rating it very high before we started talking about it, but that is a major plot problem, right? That's the kind of plot problem I would dock at least a point from, maybe a full 2. So, I'm probably looking at, maybe at max 8 out of 10, but might even be a little bit lower because there are other issues with it. Yeah, like him pointing him to Tesla and that being what enables the plot going forward. That's a big one. That's a really big one.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, like this is definitely one of my more favorited Nolan films, but I agree. It's not perfect, has some flaws in it. And but in terms of I don't know what I would rate this as a movie. I'd have to think about it a little bit more.
Well, you got to do the masculine first anyway. So
yeah, I know. But for masculinity, I had 7 to 7.5 as well in my notes here. Just because again, like it's and I like what you said, Igor, because like I have, here just as a my closing thoughts, just saying how each of them, or each of them, I mean by Angier and Borden, having consequences for their actions. And I think that's something that, when you're trying to make masculine decisions, you often try to think about, and know that consequences can happen. But I think because of Angier, he's so consumed by his grief and ego that he allows this obsession to, with Borden, like surpass or grow into something new that's terrible. Because like whatever ambition that he had to be this master showman or be the greatest showman, no pun intended, it actually goes into pure destruction. Like, so Angier,
to be fair, half of Borden does that as well.
Yeah, I know. But Angier dies for the sake of applause, right? And I think that ultimately proves how easily manhood can collapse when its identity is defined by this rivalry here. Like if and again, I think this could have been lessened or completely avoided if one of them took the high road. If Borden was like, I'm not going to touch it because my brother said I shouldn't. Right? He got through to me. I'm going to let just, Angier go. Maybe he'll leave me alone. Maybe that's it. It's fine. It's over and done with.
Right. Except that he can't let Angier go because Angier has his daughter.
Right. So there's obviously an issue there because Angier is obviously, again, he's lost. He's absolutely lost.
Yeah. Again, I mean, that corrosion will only seep into the daughter as well. So.
And I think Cutter knows that, and I do think Cutter is the most masculine character in this movie. And I think for Borden, he has. I think the discipline that he has is devoted to the sacrifice.
Both Bordens recognize the problem with obsession.
They
do one a
they
little
do.
later than the other, but they do, and so then they're focused on take care of family, and that's it. Angier's never gets to that redemption.
Yeah, and I think because he's the twins are so devoted to their craft that it allows one of them to outlast Angier.
And devoted to each other and the daughter.
And right, yes, yeah. But again, I think their obsession as well fractures their personal life because of what happens to Sarah.
Cost them half of them.
Yeah.
All of that one.
Yep. Lost. I mean, obviously Olivia's not there. Lost Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
So, love is lost on both sides of the fence. And I think again, like the fact that Borden's only allowed to, or is able to secure his survival is because he's able to confront Angier and put a nail in the coffin, apparently, or a bullet in the chest, what do you want to call it? But he's able to bring back and get his family back to continue on with the legacy of his family. And again, I think the mentor that Cutter is, obviously he's wise, disciplined, he's well grounded in reality. Which it's unfortunate that both magicians failed to really grasp and to let that sink into themselves. because as we said earlier, they would have been great together. That would have been like a good team, but that's not what they were wanting for themselves. And it's unfortunate that he's not able to fully stop either one of them for this destructive path, especially Angier, because he's around and he's with Angier more often. Obviously, I think he does the right thing in the end, which is why I think, again, that adds to his masculine rating or the scale of it, of his character. I think his role definitely highlights his wisdom.
Because he doesn't have blind loyalty.
Right. He doesn't have any blindness to them, and he doesn't have pride because he knows what goes into it. He's experienced. But I definitely think that this film has a fragility to the masculinity between the two rivals because of their ambition. What they've had to sacrifice, all for a legacy that is built on obsession. When they should have been grounded in love and responsibility, and having a more lasting meaning. But now the Angiers are dead. Half of Borden is dead. Sure, they have, or he has the daughter, but wife's dead, Livy's gone. So like so much has been lost out of this obsession and this, the fragility of it. So yeah, it's again, like I think the corrosion that's happened because of their egos has just left them empty. And it's unfortunate for the characters.
All for the attention of an anonymous audience.
Yeah.
And nobody that actually means something, that they can actually establish a legacy or even that they're doing something that is great, other than they're allowed to distract and let the audience believe in things that don't exist.
Well, that's a very good point just to mention too. They didn't mention anything about money or setting a future for their family financially, or it was just all about the approval of the masses and the favor of your fellow man. It's ego. That's an ego trip,
Mm-hmm. 100%. Yeah.
It's serving the wrong masters.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Yep. Serving the wrong masters, and all for a momentary illusion that if they knew the truth behind it, they probably wouldn't care. It's like, you've seen the bird trick, right? When Angier comes back, and unfortunately he's not able to really show the new bird trick because
we have a bit of problem there.
Borden shows up like this. He's like, oh, whoop, here are my nubs, and now this lady's got
my fingers. Oh my God.
Severed fingers too. So and the bird is dead. So
my pimp hand.
My pimp hand.
Well, but you also have the guy who's like, oh, I apologize. It's been so long since I've seen real magic. You have to veil this, right? You have to make it look less spectacular than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because if you confront them with real magic, the audience will reject it.
Yep.
He said you need to plant the seed of disbelief, I think is what he said, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that.
You have to give them an excuse.
Yep. Excuse to doubt it, right?
To think it was BS, right? It was a trick. It was, whatever.
Then it keeps them thinking about it. They try to dissect it. Like, how can I prove it was fake? It keeps them engaged,
Yeah.
And
Well, but again, the other thing is that remember the idea behind magic is to give them the idea that it's possible that these things happen or whatever, but that they're not actually seeing it, right? That it just allows them to entertain the notion that there's magic in the world. But if you actually show them magic, they will rebel against that, because then that rebels against everything that they know in the world, right? It's one thing to know a thing exists in theory. It's another thing to have it actually show the hell up on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of people. I mean, a good example, Isaac would recognize, there's a lot of people that claim they're Christian. Let Jesus show up on the doorstep and find out where a lot of them, hold up, I ain't answering that door. I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that conversation right now.
People act like we wouldn't crucify him a second time as a society.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have not advanced
to include many who claim to be believers at the moment.
We are
right?
still,
a lot of the people who would want his crucifixion would be people who currently claim they follow him. It's like you follow him all the way up until you're told what his message was.
Yeah, you're like, wait, he said what? Oh, I don't know about that. I just hold up.
Well, that's I can't change that.
I literally heard a popular Christian account who was debating Andrew Wilson say that Jesus was never harsh to women. And I was like, he called one of them a dog. It's like, what are you talking about?
That's fair, Buto.
Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, he even had to set his mother straight sometimes. It's...
I mean, we all do. We all do.
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah.
For their own good. Yeah.
Evidently so when you can turn to Joseph and go, "You're not my real dad."
That's very true.
You're not my real father. Exhibit A. Goodwin rejecting the results of a scientific experiment that challenges his worldview.
JAMA, again, not an actual scientific experiment. A load of bullshit.
I know this is going to last week.
I got your homeopathy right here.
So was that happen during the last Masculine Monday, or was that happening during Alien Earth? I forgot.
It was Alien Earth.
Okay.
How my homie was that?
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a interesting movie to think about in terms of masculinity. So I figured it would be an interesting discussion. But for next week we're talking about I think it might be one of the most important movies we'll be discussing, not only from a regular movie talking point of view, but from a masculinity. What?
The Room.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. It's about time.
Yes.
War of the Worlds.
Which one? The Ice Cube one or the Tom?
No, we're talking about the current
Cruise
one. Yeah, the latest masterpiece. The greatest worst movie ever.
I'm busy that week. You review it, by the way.
So.
No one is too busy to talk Ice Cubes.
Ice Cubicles. Ice Cubicles going to show up.
Now we're talking about one of the three prophecies.
Oh shit!
Talking which one?
One of the three sacred prophecies.
One of the three sacred prophecies.
Demolition Man.
Yes.
There it is. Yep.
Based.
That's right.
Demolition Man. Should be a very interesting conversation.
That actually should have been Clark Kent's superhero name in Man of Steel.
I just asked, do you know how to use the 3 seashells? That's the real question.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. I mean, I know how to curse and get toilet paper.
Yep. Ironically, Niet is talking about it as well on Friday for his.
Will he? Because he delayed the previous one, so we may shift by a week.
That's true. Maybe. I guess we'll. It's up to him. So I think we skipped Big Trouble in Little China, right?
Yeah.
There's always another Resident Evil movie for him to talk about.
No, hell no.
Sick. I got sick over the weekend.
That would be funny if like an entire panel bailed and he's like, I guess I got to talk Resident Evil on my own.
Oh, I got a Charlie horse.
Yeah, Charlie horse.
I couldn't watch. Trust me. Oh, yes. Save it with family so that you can all enjoy it together.
Oh, yes. That is definitely
one great gift for everyone.
It is a group experience of.
Yes.
I mean, give the gift of mirth this Christmas. Watch War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. God.
It is.
Gord is still editing the magnum opus. So
still, jeez.
Yeah, it's a pretty tedious edit, and I started to prioritize some other videos over it, but I have been kind of slowly because I'm kind of wanting. Me and Whitey are talking about doing a weekly show, and I'm kind of wanting it to release sort of coinciding with that. So that gives me some time, but yeah, that was a really fun watch.
Oh my God!
But it is a very tedious edit, though, to be sure.
We were dying the entire time.
It's so funny. And what?
I mean, there's about
like
10
like
minutes
Santa
of,
Claus.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? No, wait. And then our brains just go, you better just lean the hell back and watch this stuff. All right, let's go.
No, it's like Santa Claus. It should be delivered to all places on a single night.
Yes.
Prime delivered.
I wish
Prime
Nia
delivery.
would do that. I wish Nia would do that.
Oh, I would also pull a hammy that night.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I think
I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie ever.
I saw
only seen
Tokyo
one.
Drift. That was enough.
I've only seen one or two more than you. I was doing a stream where I was talking about all the movies that had made $1 billion, so that compelled me to watch the ones that did.
That's true.
The seventh one is kind of dumb fun, and the other one that made $1 billion is just really retarded.
Mm-hmm.
That tracks from what I've heard.
It somehow is less intelligent than Triple X.
Which I've never
That's true. Those are different movies. As Boots
he's not talking
out.
about the Vin Diesel movie. He's just talking about that genre.
Yeah, it's just in general. Well, certainly, yes. Porn certainly has better writing and character development. But the cars are probably better looking than some of the women in porn. But...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen.
I love that everybody goes Tokyo Drift is the best one, and I was like, oh my god, that's the one I saw. It sucked.
No, it's not. It's not the best.
I couldn't stand that movie.
Okay, I don't even know which one it would typically, or which one would be the best. I mean, the thing about it is, like, the first one might be the best because it was actually about street racing. And the second one was kind of, but
they put like a 2JZ in a 67 Mustang and stop that. That's no.
Yeah, no, it was not good. It was filmed it was filmed here in Florida. But
Tokyo Drift has the kid from American Gothic. The not the current BS horror, American horror type stuff or whatever. American Gothic from like the 90s. Is the little kid, and when I saw him, I grew up, and I was like, "Oh, you unfortunate child, you still look like you did when you were young, and you were an ugly child."
Yeah.
Is Tokyo Drift the one where like they have the little race and the woman picks the guy who won or something, and I'm like, wow, this is actually kind of pathetic that you're even racing for this horrible chick.
Exactly. Like,
yes.
Oh, I thought that would be the consolation prize.
Are you talking about Lucas Black, the actor?
Yeah, he's in Tokyo Drift. Yeah,
he's actually pretty based in IRL, which is.
I mean, he's a decent actor. The problem is,
the movie
he has his unfortunate appearance.
Yeah,
and he's looked like that since he was 9.
Yeah, I know.
I remember him playing Pee Wee Reese in 42, which Pee Wee Reese, by the way, he used to go to my grandfather's country club, and I got to meet him.
Yeah, Eva Mendes was very, very nice to look at. She's a fetching lass. Yes, absolutely.
And I will get the other guys, while I think slightly overrated as a comedy, they did utilize that aspect of it pretty well comedically. I thought that running joke was pretty funny.
The main in Tokyo Drift is from where I'm living right now. I know his mom's hairdresser. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
There goes Nick.
Nick's had enough of his bullshit and has decided to take him out. That's unfortunate.
I guess we'll hold down.
I kicked myself out from my own stream.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Whoops.
Not only that, but you are now the
240p
maybe. It's very impressive.
Is it? Oh, is it bad?
It's finally coming back. All right.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Slight
you
malfunction.
Look like an extra from Pixels for a moment there.
Slight malfunction on my mouse. I did not mean to hit it back. So Can we now talk about how we'll survive Zach's stream?
Hilariously, I won't be on that.
Oh, why not?
I'm going to be on Sarge's stream where we cover First Blood and, unfortunately, Rambo 2.
Oh.
So I've got half of a stream that I'm going to enjoy.
So what, me backing out of my own stream, Rick?
Should have saved that for tomorrow.
I've seen First Blood about 10 times and the second one about once.
Yeah, that's about all you should see. The second
I've
one.
seen all the sequels one time.
Oh, I saw them multiple times because they were on HBO all the time, and every time I'd watch it, it was like, why am I watching this cartoon, and why don't they show First Blood more?
I do enjoy Rambo. Just like that one is so over the top.
Yeah,
like, that one's really fun.
Yeah, when he unleashes a 50 cal and it just proceeds to start disassembling people, I'm like, oh, let's go. All right, absolutely.
Yep, lean back, get the popcorn. It's like,
all right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have all the gore tonight.
So let's see, Wednesday. I might be late to that because I have a work meeting, unfortunately. So we'll see. I'm assuming it's still going, it's still happening, but Zach hasn't said anything yet. Like what we're doing year wise either. So not entirely too sure. So, but
later, Gemma.
Later, Gemma. Good to see you, brother. Have a good day. Get that pumping. Eat them foods. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go ahead and call it here. So we've got
Second Prophecy next week. Let's go.
Yep. Prophecy movie next week. We've got Alien Earth. The
God.
finale.
Yes. The finale.
We made it. We made it. I cannot wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see
Tentacles, kill them all. Kill them all.
Get them.
I hope Tentacles is the one that drops the nuke on Neverland.
Great.
We can only hope. And I'm honestly, I'm looking forward to see what band they choose at the end.
Oh yeah.
More so than what happens.
Man, I still think there's a better than even chance that we have the Predator show up at the end and be like, I'm gonna fix this shit.
Wouldn't be surprised if a Yacha shows up. That's still, I think, possible, highly possible,
especially with Badlands.
Yep. Exactly.
I kind of do think they're gonna keep this show going, though. I think it's gonna get at least one more season.
Yeah, I think it could get a second season. Which,
like, I don't expect full resolution with this last episode. I kind of feel like there's, for as slow moving as it has been, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna wrap up
100%.
Could wrap up. It's like if they were actually trying to tie up all their loose ends, that'd be a lot in and of itself. But as slow moving as this is, we'll be lucky if they wrap up one loose end.
Yeah. Well, they will, but it'll be poorly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see who else might bite the dust. But
I mean, Wendy's full blown evil at this point, so she might just kill everybody.
That's very true. I don't think Joe's gonna die though.
Oh, damn it!
Which
he might.
And who knows if Anna's face is still alive either? We'll find out.
She's still alive.
You know what? I'm so glad.
Just purely the hot Bex.
I'm so glad I'm watching Stargate SG-1 right now and not.
Oh yes, that's a far superior series. Yeah.
That's I
much
feel
better
good.
watch.
Yeah.
Much better watch for sure.
Yeah. This will cure you of any interest in watching any Noah Hawley series.
Yeah, just enjoy Fargo season 1 and 2, and then slowly back away.
Yeah, just meld right into the shrubbery.
That's all you need to watch, and then you're done. So, if you're watching this in a replay, drop a comment, hit the like button. Follow myself and Goodwin on X. Follow and subscribe to Gourd King, Papa Pumpkin, and Isaac.
Channel's growing.
On the channels. Their links are in the description. I don't know if you want to say what else we're doing this week, but
I ain't doing shit. Get the hell out of here. Let's go.
Tomorrow night, Alien Earth. Wednesday, I might be somewhere. I don't know if I'm gonna be on. I might not be on Gucci Stream Thursday. But
I don't want to plan far in advance because I have to survive Alien Earth first.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll talk more after Alien Earth. See where we're at.
Yeah. We're still alive after that.
But we'll leave you with this final clip. and deuce out.
It's purely science.
Purely
Science.